Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Expert Racing Network. Blair Patterson here in the booth with Expert for the NNR League Truck Series Round 3 from Phoenix. Good evening, Expert. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing just wonderful. Can't wait for tonight's iRacing action here with the NNR series. And these guys, we've seen a lot go on so far as in practice. We've learned a lot of details. It's going to be a fun race. These guys get to duel it out in the desert for 160 laps. And right here in round 3, I couldn't think of a better place to be right now. A lot of excitement here. Tonight, these guys are going to be going with a patriotic theme, of course. Being July 5th, July 4th was yesterday, so these guys are going to celebrate it tonight with the patriotic schemes, and also we have a special thing they're going to do towards the end of practice. Watch out for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been sitting here watching practice. Looking forward to seeing some fireworks on track this evening. Looks like this track's been a little bit slick for some of the drivers. I've seen a lot of action coming off of turn 2 and turn 4. Everybody's okay, though. It's just practice. Not going to affect them for the race here in iRacing, but should be some great racing here tonight with the open dogleg as well.
Oh, definitely. We can expect 4 or 5 wide racing action here tonight. And the one thing to keep in mind, if you're a fan of real-life NASCAR, the one thing that you're going to see with this configuration, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the start-finish line is where it originally was before the current updated in real-life configuration. So what used to be the backstretch, you're going to see as the original backstretch, front stretch combination, in which the dog leg is a part of the backstretch instead of up close to the start-finish line.
That is correct. So iRacing still has it with the old configuration, but the racing doesn't change here. It's still going to be great racing. The one thing that you will notice different if you're used to watching Phoenix on TV for the real life guys is on those restarts, they fan out super early coming across the line. On this, they will have already crossed the line, but they're still going to be fanning out going through that dog leg, like you touched on, 4 or 5 wide potential this evening.
Definitely, and these guys all racing for point positioning, of course, it being 3 weeks in. Of course, our top 2 as far as drivers go that have won so far this season, Joseph Darnell winning at Daytona. We also have Mr. Vroom-Man himself, Roman actually, let me correct myself. He won at Atlanta last week, our good buddy HD Motorsports. So he's going to be looking to make it 2 in a row. And a lot of guys still with a lot of racing left to go are looking to see when can they capture their first NNR iRacing Series checkered flag.
Yeah, I was just looking at the times here in practice. We got them scrolling across the top of your screen there, but familiar sight there at the top. We've got Paul Irvin running second fastest. He was fast last week. I'm not seeing the 95 of Nicholas Vroom Vroom Vroman going on here.
Not yet. Of course, still about 24 minutes left in practice, so he could be a late arrival. But, of course, topping off at the start of practice right now is going to be Nick Schrader. He had a great run at Atlanta last week. I believe he did make it the top 3 results, so he's coming out here with the fastest truck so far in practice. Paul Irvin, like you mentioned, fast at Atlanta, fast at Daytona. He's looking to be fast here at ISM Phoenix as well. Shane Wolf, he's out there. He practiced a little bit with these guys. So let's see how that goes. Anna Sagaki's going to be out there in that 18 machine. He's looking to see if he can kind of rebound after a rough race at Atlanta. He was one of the fastest guys there as well, but once again had a rough race there. And then, of course, as always, one of the top 5 fastest guys here this evening, Robertson, who, if there was one guy that could have competed with Roman, it was him. It seems like he is coming so close to getting that win. Will tonight be the chance he gets at it? It's going to be a lot of questions that we have yet to answer, but they're going to be answered whenever we drop green here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of familiar faces here in the top 5 and top 10 from the first 2 weeks of this league. One sneaking in there, third place, Shane Wolf. I don't think we've seen him yet this year. So this might be his first race, or he might just be here practicing tonight and coming in later in the season.
I believe he is actually getting off of a suspension. I'm not sure, but if he is coming off his suspension looking to make his first start here tonight, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what he can do in his first start this season. So Right now, we're waiting still to get underway. He might have just came in to do practice, but if he is coming off of his suspension, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what he can do.
Yeah,
But as we look to get underway, Thrasher out there in chat, he's like, just because it's Phoenix, he's saying, I won't be surprised if this race becomes a crapshoot. Your experience on iRacing, is this one of the more chaotic races?
yeah, this one here. So, just watching a little bit of practice, we've seen the 9 of Paul Irvin just spin around, and then we just saw another spin right after that. I don't remember the number on the truck, but this track here, it's a 1.5 mile, or not 1.5. What is this? A 1 mile track. Sorry, 1 mile track. It races like a short track though, so there's going to be some beating, some banging. These trucks are going to be a little bit loose, especially off of the corners 2 and 4 here. Oh, there's the 73 going for a little spin there. Just kind of proving my point on the loose off of 4. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. But you know, so this race is like a traditional short track, heavy braking, waiting on picking up that throttle, getting your truck to turn through the center of the corner, and trying to get that power down as soon as possible. So this is going to be a lot of beating, banging, going to be a lot of fun here tonight.
Certainly, and we cannot wait to see it. Everybody up here in the booth. But I know shortly these guys are going to be looking to do their tribute to the troops here tonight. That's the little surprise we have later for you in practice. But with that being almost underway, let's go ahead and play our hype video for tonight's action before we get into everything, including the tribute in qualifying.
Let's get it going.
So that way they can, that way you know who is active military. And
All right, and we are back here live at Phoenix right now. Of course, as always, a great hype video right there. But right now, joining us up here in the booth, we have the, as always, impressive and always fun to talk to, NNR Cowboy, aka Matt Cochran, driver of the 19 machine. He's joining us up here in the booth. How are you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm doing good, expert. How are you doing tonight?
And I believe he is muted.
I've got him. I can hear him.
I'm not. Oh well, I can't. Oh well, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, boy.
Let me see. Let me mute him and unmute him. Okay. Discord was messing with me. Matt, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, bud.
Okay. All right, man. You coming off your home track last week at Atlanta, coming here in ISM, and of course it's a huge difference between the tracks. But the one thing that stays the same is how much these tires wear at both of these tracks. What do we expect out of the drivers here tonight?
Oh, you're going to probably see some guys in the back who are going to panic, and they're going to try to get to the front as fast as they can, probably blow the tires off of their truck, and then fade back. And you're going to have the guys who are going to be taking it easy and pretty much picking their way through the field. I know from practice Friday night, it's going to be an interesting race. You know, there's people who's got hundreds of laps put on this track throughout the weekend, and should be exciting. Hopefully nobody's upset with somebody since it is our first short track of the season.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Tempers can flare here on these short tracks. Hey, Cowboy, I got a quick question for you. As the head admin here, we're seeing the 83 of James Shanewolf for the first time. Is he going to be racing with you guys tonight, or is he just out practicing tonight?
James Shanewolf is going to be back racing with us. He served a little time for a penalty that he got. He's been working his butt off and doing special things, and with the tribute that we're doing for the troops, we're going to allow him to race with us tonight.
Excellent.
Awesome.
We look forward to seeing him for his first race here. Third race of the season, and he's third in practice. Coincidence? I think not.
No, he's pretty quick. The major thing you're gonna want to watch for him though is he's one of those people who he gets out there and then he gets in his own way sometimes. He'll make a little mental mistake and bump the wall or something. So should be really good to watch him. I have a feeling that Nick Trader will be up near the front, followed by Drew. I know some of our heavy hitters, they're struggling a little bit this week, which it happens. You know, you got to put the whole season together.
That's right. How's your truck running?
It's decent.
Decent?
It's decent.
I see you're 17th on the speed chart right here. Do you have top 5 in you? Do you have top 10? You just sandbag in practice? What do you got going on?
Well, after coming off a major penalty from Daytona, I've been trying to work my way back up into the points where I know I can be running. So it should be good. I'm gonna see what can happen during the race. I know I struggled last week at my home race, but ended up with a top 10 at the end. So we'll see. It's a long race tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely going to be a long race. Going to be tire strategy played into this. Fuel strategy, not as much. More going to be tire strategy and how you save that right front tire and not burn up that right rear coming off the corner. Is that what you think is going to be the main thing here tonight?
Yeah, I have a feeling that somebody's going to, everybody drives differently. And I think we're going to have, after about 20-25 laps, maybe single file, but I'm sure we'll have some 2-wide. May have that one, one oh boy moments going into one on a restart. They should be pretty fun. I know starting back further in the pack, if you start in 3, it's going to be really tricky on restarts because you're not pointed straight. You're coming through the turn trying to accelerate. So we'll see what happens.
Should be good times. We're all looking forward to it. Good luck to you, Cowboy. Wish you the best, and we're coming right up here on our military tribute here any second.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy everything y'all do.
All right. Take care. Thank you much.
Hey, Blair.
Yep.
You might just have to do another refresh.
I'll get it.
We should be good to go.
Alrighty.
Thanks, guys.
Of course, right there, Mr. Jim Coey. I guess the proper title would be Commissioner or Owner of NNR. He's coming in, making sure that we have all these paint schemes lined up for y'all. All these beautiful paint schemes that the guys at One Mind to Design have been working on for this patriotic race. You're going to see a lot of these guys going out there on track with our 3-wide salute showing them off. I got to say, I may be favored, but Paul Irvin's probably my favorite.
I really wish you wouldn't have said that because Paul Irvin, I love Paul. But don't get me wrong, I can't stand his paint scheme tonight. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh Lord.
One thing that, like, for whatever reason, it bothers me, and this is a me thing. I understand, but when you take a paint scheme that belongs on a certain manufacturer and you put it on another manufacturer, just something about it is like it makes my skin crawl. But I will say it is done very well.
It is.
Done very well.
Definitely, all the guys. You got to give a shout out to all One Mind to Design.
Yeah.
And all the guys there that have put the hard work in. And of course, being the title sponsor, how much work they put in, all the guys that are there, talking about Nick Trader, Drew Trader, James Shane Wolf, Dustin Carroll, all the guys that work there with those guys and being able to take the time out of their day to be able to put together these schemes. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, and they all look awesome. Even Paul's paint scheme, it does look awesome. Don't get it wrong out there, Twitchville.
You just wish it was on a Chevy.
I just wish it was on a Chevy. That's it. That's the only thing I got. I wish it was on a Chevrolet. But it looks awesome.
Lord. Well, these guys are getting lined up, prepared for their 3-wide salute here, and I know we have some slides to go over once these guys start to get rolling about some of the guys that are shouting out and giving tributes to, especially tonight.
Yeah.
So,
and I think I have it set up right that we can do this kind of like a side-by-side, like the real broadcasts do. So we can get our slideshow and then we can still see the drivers. So Let's see if this works out the way I planned it.
All right.
There we go. Look at that. We got Ryan Sharrow in number 33, 2 tours in Afghanistan, United States Marines. See if we can get him on the screen there. There he is. Then number 27, Ryan Hyatt.
Lance Corporal of the United States Marine Corps Reserves. Our good old friend, repeat, Pete Ruzick in the 8th Security Forces of the United States Air Force. Nicholas Trader in the 56th. He's a sergeant in the Illinois National Guard. Drew Trader, the brother, he's a private first class in the Illinois National Guard. And then, of course, the shout-outs from some of our drivers to family members or friends that have served in the armed forces.
Yeah, so we see these guys staging up here in the lower right hand of your screen, getting all staged up for a 3-wide salute here to the United States, to America, to our troops here on this 4th of July weekend.
Definitely. And to all those who are serving at home, abroad, have served, or to the fallen and their families who have made the ultimate sacrifice, we want to thank you. Also to our first responders, our law enforcement, anybody who is serving at home, Department of Homeland Security, doctors, nurses, anybody who makes a sacrifice here to take care of others and make America what it is here on our home front. We want to thank you as well. To everyone who, that has ever had the privilege to say they are American, I know that you will be thanking them with us, and we just want to let you know, to those who have made those sacrifices, we're so thankful for y'all, and this race is for you. This 3-wide salute is for you. Thank you once again. We hope you enjoy, and when we're doing this 3-wide salute, or when they are doing this 3-wide salute, we'll be sure to be holding a moment of silence. in a great tribute by these NNR guys. What a 3-watt salute. Definitely, I mean, it was just, it pulls on your heartstrings a little bit when you think about those who have served, and of course, looking over the stories of Joseph Darnell, Matthew Boone, Zachary Meredith, and one of our moderators, Macy Webb, all shouting them out as well. Joseph Darnell wanted to shout out Private First Class John Jesse Williams. He served in the United States Army for 5 years. He fought in the Korean War, where he was shot and injured and received the Purple Heart. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1999, but Joseph Darnell says he will be riding with him tonight. Matthew Boone wanted to shout out Sergeant Ryan Adams. Multiple tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. He passed away October 2nd, 2009, due to a incident while he was abroad. And he wanted to be sure to shout him out. There's also a website here that I'll post in chat where you can find out more information about his story. Also, Zachary Meredith in the 17 would like to shout out his father, Master Sergeant William C. Meredith Jr., who served in the United States Air Force, served 21 years, multiple tours to Iraq and Qatar. Macy Webb, of course, our moderator, wanted to shout out her grandfather, Alan Curtis, who was in the military. He served in the Army from 1968 to 1970 in Vietnam, and helped plot coordinates on where to conduct airstrikes, as well as she wanted to also shout out that he also passed away in 2019, so thoughts and prayers are with them as well based on that. But of course, a great tribute overall here tonight. Also to shout out the ones that we didn't on stream here tonight. Wanted to shout out Justin Quimby as well. He's a hospital corpsman, 3rd class of the United States Navy.
Yeah, very, very cool tribute. Very, very cool paint schemes here on this 4th of July weekend. Actually, the back of Shane Wolf's truck is actually kind of funny. In a time of remembrance here, it's good to have a little smile as well. Back of Shane Wolf's truck says, "Have fun at work today, England."
Oh, Lordy, you gotta love it.
I thought that was pretty good.
It is. Definitely going to bring a smile. And you see, all these guys are practicing their burnouts here on the back straightaway. The real question is, who's going to be burning it down at the end of the night? We're going to be finding out here shortly as these guys are running down their practice time. We'll find out shortly who our winner will be.
Yeah, is it, are you trying to bait us into doing picks right now?
Maybe. I'm gonna be a gentleman and let you pick first. It is all about Southern hospitality this weekend. So I'll let you take the first pick.
Oh man, it sounds like that was a great segue, by the way. Let's see here. I picked him last week. I kind of want to pick him 2 weeks in a row, but then again, I forgot to get him his M&M fudge brownies as I promised to send him. So I'm not gonna go with Anna Sagak. I'm going to go with the number 9, Paul Irvin. He's been strong the past 2 weeks out here. Even though I made fun of his paint scheme a little bit earlier because it should be on a Chevrolet, but it is on a Toyota.
If he wins tonight, that's going to be 2 apologies you owe.
It's a great paint scheme. It looks good. Whoever put it on there did an awesome job. They did a great job. It's got the American flag, says support our troops on the back. It's fantastic. I love it on a Chevrolet. So my pick tonight is going to be Mr. Paul Irvin in the number 9 machine. What do you got?
I'm going to shout out one of the guys who had a great run last week. He topped the boards in practice here today, and I'm looking at that 56 and Nick Trader. He's coming in, and he's going to try to go after his first win. He was kind of quiet at Daytona, really shined, in my opinion, putting together a top 5 run at Atlanta. Now he's coming here where tire wear is a big factor here as well, and more of a flat track. I think we can expect to see that 56 up front today, and could definitely be the one trying to win. Seafoot Racing out there saying, "I fixed my Twitter. Thanks, expert." Shout out to Big Doss. Well, nice to have you out there in chat, Seafoot. NNR Cowboy saying, "Burnouts for the guys in the league and Toyotas for the win." So definitely the guys are burning it out for the guys who have served in the league and the ones that sent in shout outs. And also, he's saying a Toyota's going to win tonight. So he might be with you with that Paul Irvin pick. More than a Cape saying, let's go, Pete. I don't believe Pete's going to be making the start tonight. I do not see him on our board, so unfortunately, I don't think our good old buddy Repeat's going to be out here tonight. But still, these guys are getting set and underway for qualifying, so we're about to see how this field's going to line up this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. It is qualifying time. We got guys heading out here on track. We got Justin Anasigak out here on the number 18 Fudge M&M Brownies Toyota. For all you Toyota fans out there, he's out here making his qualifying lap. So let's see what kind of times we see here tonight. What are you expecting to see the pole at? I know you were talking times and thinking times earlier. You got a prediction on pole time? Oh no.
Well, if I had to be a crew chief, you talk about commentators curse. Here you go.
I didn't say anything overly positive.
It might have carried over from Atlanta. You never know.
We're going to look at Josh Arnold.
But whenever you look at these pole times, I'm expecting anywhere between a 27.6 to a 27.7. That's going to be the lookout for the pole time. The fastest time we saw in practice was a 27.9, but I would not sleep on anybody trying to press it into more of the mid 27s. So we'll see here pretty shortly. Fastest time on the board goes to Cardwell so far. Actually, now it's going to be Corey Colby with a 28 flat.
Yeah, there's the flat right there that you were talking about with Kobe. We're going to take a look at him here. Looks like he's coming for his second lap. That's a great out lap. Let's see if he can pick up the speed a little bit more. Secure that pole. Got 15 guys have taken time so far.
Expect that list to grow here very shortly. We're about to see where this second lap brings him. And
little kiss off of four.
Definitely not good at all. And that is not going to be able to set him a new lap. I'm wondering, Nick Schrader to the top of the board like he was in practice, this time running a 27.927. And that's going to be his fastest lap right there. So right now, it looks like Nick Schrader might be holding on to that P1 position. Still a lot of guys to go here as we continue on in qualifying.
Yeah, we've got, looks like 20 guys have taken time so far. Nick Schrader, top of the sheet. Meredith may have had a little incident off of 4 there.
And that's going to be the troublesome spot. We saw a lot of that in practice as well. So I do think that we're going to be in for an interesting race. We're definitely going to be in for a long one for a lot of these guys here. But definitely going to be an exciting race. I haven't seen anybody been able to break into the 27s with Nick Schrader, though.
Yeah, Nick Schrader is... He's definitely fast. He was fast in practice. He's fast in qualifying right now. We got Paul Irvin on here making a lap right now. Paul currently 17th on the speed chart. Coming through turn 3. Putting the power down through turn 4 here. See what kind of time he lays down.
And so close. Only 4 1/100ths of a second off of pole time.
Yeah, good lap for Paul there. We saw him fast in practice. Looks like he's fast in qualifying. It's carrying over.
Also in chat out here, Drew Trader, Nick's brother, saying, go win this, Nick, out there in chat. So the brother's showing a little bit of love out there. I don't think we'll be expecting a entry from Drew Trader here tonight, but Nick Trader, he's definitely going to be cheering him on out there in chat.
It's good that he's definitely checking out the broadcast. Shame that Drew's not here with us tonight. It's always fun watching Drew race, that's for sure.
Yeah, and definitely, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast or whatever, and Cowboy said it out there in chat. Thank you also for your service, Drew, if you're still out there in chat. Thank you once again. And Nick, thank him for his service, and I think he's showing out trying to go after that pole time. But as we look, James Shainwolf went for his lap time. He's going to move up into the top 3 at 28 flat.
Yep, P3 in practice, P3 in qualifying. So qualifying times and practice times, a lot carrying over here. I think our first 3 are identical between practice and qualifying.
Yeah, and Corey Colby coming up out of nowhere, he was able to put himself in the 4th place position, and Robertson remains into the 5th fastest time like he was in practice.
Yeah, very good, strong field here tonight. Going to be some great racing. I'm excited to get this thing underway, get this qualifying wrapped up, and drop the green flag on this thing. I'm ready for some racing.
Oh, certainly. We're here for 160 laps, and as the time runs out, these guys are getting set to grid up here. Muffin saying, I'm going to do my best to keep Nick honest here. So these guys, a little bit of friendly bickering in chat. You got to love it. You got to love it. Trade saying, some idiot decided he was a lumberjack and now over 500 homes without power in my neighborhood. Well, that's unfortunate, Drew. Sorry that kept you out of the race here tonight, man. Definitely hope you can get power quickly. Once again, sorry you had to miss tonight's action, but happy you were able to join us here on the Expert Racing Network. And Blair, we're getting gridded up, and we're here for this patriotic race. A lot of fun. Round 3 of the NNR season, and these guys looking to go dueling here in the desert.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be an awesome race. You touched on it a little bit earlier. 160 laps right here in the desert. It's going to be hot. It's going to be slick. Tires are going to be very important, so you should see a lot of action here early on. And then, and then I expect to see it get single file for a little while. And then if cautions and pit strategy and all those things are going to come into play later on and make for a really great race. I'm really excited for this one. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, definitely. And if you haven't already, if you're out there in chat, be sure to follow and share the stream. It'd be greatly appreciated, nearing our goal of 200 followers. So if you would like to join the Expert Racing community, it would definitely be appreciated. Be sure to drop a follow, and we'll be sure to shout you out in chat. But Blair, we're getting ready to go underway. Of course, we made our picks. Hopefully we don't get in trouble. We don't want to have to throw out any apologies. I know you're on the same wavelength as I am, because you're starting to learn about the commentators. We're not going back over that argument, though. But as the pace car pulls off, you can see the guys out there. Nick Trader and Paul Irvin going to be taking up the front row. James Shane Wolf, Corey Colby there in row number 2. Robertson and Cardwell taking up row number 3. Litzenberger and Boehner, it's going to be in row number 4. Snyder and Hyatt, row number 5. Anna Sagak and Tyndall, row number 6. Meredith and Darnell, row number 7. Shiro and Lewis Jr., row number 8. Shiro and Smith, it's going to be taking up the next row. Dennis Crowell and McQuaid, Josh Arnold and Boehner. Quimby and Diltz, Burton Cowboy, Ednam and Hampton, and rounding out the field is going to be Dustin Carroll and Jim Coey.
Absolutely. Pace truck is off. Field is in the hands of Nick Trader here. He is on the gas pedal, and we're racing. Green flag in the air as they go down into turn 1 here at Phoenix for the first time tonight.
Definitely. I didn't even get my boogity in. I'm too excited, but Nick Trader already showing off of 2. We're going to see how they use the dog leg, and you talked about it, touched on it earlier. Guys going all the way through the dog leg, using every bit of this track, and they're going to send it off into 3 and 4. You can see some guys taking the high side, some guys sticking to the bottom, and it's all going to be about a strategy game here today as these guys still battling it out. A lot of guys still trying to make their way up to the front, but that 54 holding on strong, the 56 holding on strong with a lead right now.
Yeah, you might have heard us here during our Daytona broadcast. We talked about going below that yellow line, how that's out of bounds. Phoenix, throw that completely out the window when you see these guys go through the open dog leg. You'll see these guys be 2, 3, maybe even 4 car lengths underneath that yellow line at points, just to kind of shortcut the track and get a straighter run down into 3 as they're coming up to it right now.
And one thing that this track, especially in the corners of what is 3 and 4 in this configuration, it runs very similar. Oh, caution out right now as the 83 is actually going to be our leader, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on where the caution came out and where it came out. But looked like 83 had the nose underneath of them. I don't see any crashes here. I'm looking through the log and not seeing any action. Did you see anything on your end?
I did not. I was too focused on the battle for the lead, but a very early caution. This is going to allow these guys to be able to get calmed down and regroup here in the beginning of it. But it looks like the pace truck is picking up that 83. James Shanewell coming off a 2-week suspension. He's going to be coming in here and leading the first laps of his NNR season. And what a way to explode on the scene.
Yeah, absolutely. He was strong in practice, strong in qualifying, and here we are just a few laps into it, and he's taking the lead of the race. I believe we're on lap 3, coming to 4 right now, and Shane Wolf showing off here early tonight in front of Nick Trader.
And what's interesting enough, I'm looking at the laps compared to what we saw in practice. The best we've seen is out of these two guys, actually 3 guys up front. Actually, go ahead, I'm tripping up on my words. The top 4 all running 28.2s compared to seeing the 27.9s we saw in practice qualifying. So we can see these top 4 looking to be the cream of the crop, or whatever you want to call it, of the field. Probably the best. Would be the best and most simplest way to put it, as Shane Wolf has ran a 28.28, Nick Trader 28.29, Paul Irvin with the fastest lap so far with 28.23, and then right there rounding out the top 4, Robertson with a 28.27.
Yeah, you're seeing these lap times here, and you might be thinking, well, why are they going slower during the race than what they did in practice and what they did in qualifying? Well, strategy and keeping your truck underneath you. It's a long race. It's a 160 lap race. You know, qualifying, you go out there, you give it all you got. It's 2 laps. If it sticks, awesome. You're going to have a fast lap. If it doesn't stick, you start in the back. No big deal. But during the race here, there's very little room for error. So what a lot of guys do is they back it down just a little bit, run fast, conservative laps that they know the truck's going to stick under them, and wait for these tires to come up to temperature. We'll be seeing some of these laps in those 27s later on in the race, but being conservative right out of the gate for a lot of these guys.
Definitely, and right now you can see these guys, they're going to be getting double here, looking to go green this time.
Yeah, looks like we're getting ready to head back green. Go ahead and make the call, that way you can get your boogity in, even though it's going to be coming to lap 7, but we need that expert boogity.
Do we need the boogity? I don't know. I feel like you did it pretty.
I think I need it.
Okay, well, these guys coming off of turn 4, and we said it multiple times already. It's hot outside. They're going to be dueling it out here in the desert, so it's going to get hot on track. Tempers are going to flare, tires are going to fall off, and these guys are looking to go boogity, 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 green flag, man.
So glad we got that boogity. We see Trader working the top side on Shane Wolf here. Trader in that 56. Shane Wolf on the bottom in the 83. Watch the 83 drop way down. Paul Irvin follows him down, not all the way. Trader stays up on the track there. Caution back in the air.
And right now, it's got to be a problem back in the rear of the field. We're going to have to go and take a look. I'm going to go back here through the back and see if there's anything we can find here. I'm not seeing anything up to this point, so we're going to have to see if there may be something in the back. I'm looking to try to see if it could be Hinton, maybe, as it looks like he was blinking all over the screen. So I'm going to go back here and see if I can try to find him and see if there was a possible issue with him earlier.
Yeah, take a look, see if you can see it. We'd love to get it here on the replay for you guys, so you can see what's going on. But frankly, we don't know what's going on right now. We just know we're under caution number 2 here. If there was any action to show, you know we would. We're not hiding anything from you. It's just simply we can't find the reason for the caution right here.
Well, unfortunately, right now I can't either. So caution number 2. These guys are going to try to cool off a bit. But showing off some of the guys in chat, more than a cake out there in chat saying, "Sup, fellas, how are you doing?" Mr. Travis Anderson, nice to see you out there in chat. Worm Rider, my good buddy over there from IBRL, he's saying, "Sup, sup." Well, it's nice to have you out there in chat, Worm. How are you doing, my friend? And these guys, back-to-back cautions to go ahead and start it out, and a few guys heading down pit road. So it's going to be interesting to see. And it looks like we already have our first retiree in this race, Mr. Lednam. It said he was out for a second. Now it's not showing me anything, so I'm not sure. The 37 may have retired, but if not, definitely still happy to have him in the race. And if he did retire from tonight's action, then definitely that's going to be heartbreaking and hard in the points for him.
Looks like he's got it back on the track. Looks like he must have been in one of those incidents here. Left side scraped up pretty bad on that F-150. Don't see any major damage to, the nose or the tail. Maybe a little bit on the left front headlight there. But, and the tail's punched in on the left rear. He's got a little spoiler damage as well.
Well, right there, that even though we couldn't find the incident, I think we see somebody that might have been affected by it. So right there, the 37, he's going to have a whale of a time getting back up to the front. But focusing back on our leader, the 83 of James Shane Wolf, or actually correction, the 56 of Nick Trader. These guys are going to duel it out once again. Paul Irvin and Robertson behind them as well. So we're getting reset here, and the pace truck's looking to go pull off, and we're going back green here at Phoenix.
That's right, green flag coming back in the air. This time by Trader gets a huge jump that time. He's going to have the bottom side. Going to move up, block Shane Wolf just a little bit, getting into turns 1 and 2. Taking a look back here in the field, seeing if we could catch any action. We've had some action back here before, so keeping our eyes towards the back right this second. I know there's a battle for the lead, so we'll be... Oh, there's the action. There it is. 71 with the spin.
And that is another caution. These guys have been battling it out so far up to this point, and Nick Trader able to resume the lead here. And right now, these guys are going to have to they're going to have to see if they can calm it down. These guys all battling for position. We talked to Mr. Matt Cochran previously before, and he was talking about how these guys were going to end up being impatient a little bit in the back. We're seeing it right here. So right now, while we're under this caution, let's see if we could talk to one of our good buddies. Let's go back here and see if we can talk to who can we pull? You know what? Since you picked him out, don't blame me. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to Mr. Paul Urban.
Okay.
Mr. Urban, it is Expert and Blair up in the booth. You got a call?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. You're up here. You're running in the top 3. Back-to-back weeks you have had a good run. I'd say back-to-back weeks actually that you've had a good run. You're running up there with Nick and James. How's it so far? It's mostly been all caution so far. Haven't really been able to get into a run. But how's it feel to be able to be in that top 3 in what I say is a beautiful number 9 Toyota?
Yeah. So far, it's definitely a rhythm track. So not being able to hit that yet, it's a little frustrating. Hopefully, we can get some green flag laps going here. Actually, fill the truck out, see what it's going to be on the long run. Yeah, I'm love being up here top 3. I'm not sure if I got anything for Nick or Shane Wolf so far, but I definitely feel like a top 5 truck at the moment, and that's just where I'm going to try to bring it home.
Well, I know we talked about how beautiful that scheme is, and Blair picked you to be the winner, but I think he has a bone to pick with you as well. So
I don't know if bone is the right word. I don't think bone is the right word. I think it's a great paint scheme. It's a great paint scheme.
I heard something about Blair not liking this scheme.
It's a fantastic paint scheme on a Chevrolet. That's all I'm saying. It's a great Chevrolet paint scheme. It's fantastic. And it looks good on your non-Chevrolet. You're making it work.
Well, it's a nice recovery, Blair, but talk about recovery. We'll try to see if we can talk about it later. Hopefully you'll be in the top 3 when we interview you, but we know you're doubling up right now, so we're going to let you get back to work, man. Good luck with the rest of the race, and hopefully once again we'll be talking to you later.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Good luck, Paul. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back. What race room were you in? Try to remind me.
Room 7.
Room 7? Well, we're going to move you back there. All right, so he's back in room 7, and I didn't want to get in trouble, so we moved him back, but these guys looking to get lined up. The lights are out on the pace truck. We're looking to go back green this time by, and it's going to be interesting to see how these guys will try to calm down and see if patience will become a factor now later, and see if we can get a long run here. But I don't think this 83 and 56 mind. They are being able to save their tires and just, swap the lead during these restarts.
Yeah, I think right now what we're going to see, we've seen a couple of quick cautions here. I think everybody's going to be taking a deep breath here, calming down, and going to be settling in. I don't suspect that we're going to have a caution here anytime soon. I think we're going to see a nice long green flag run starting right here as soon as this pace truck pulls off.
Certainly, these NNR guys, they've been excited all weekend. I don't think they were focused on the 4th until unless it was about these amazing paint schemes. But these guys, they're focused on the 9th race and going for that checkered flag. As we see these guys going back green, Nick Trader with a similar restart, kind of like deja vu, as he's going to dive it off back into the corner. 56, 83, 9, 64, rounding out your top 4, and that 18. He's moving inside the top 5, so you may regret that pick in a little while.
You know, anything is possible here, but we saw that 56 and 83 go battling down into 1 and 2. 56 threw a big block on the 83 going into the dog leg there. Shane Wolf's not going to be afraid to throw this thing even lower in this dog leg this time, so let's see how they do coming off a 2 this time by. Shane Wolf already looking to the inside.
And he's going to take full advantage of that. Nick Trader trying to hold on as best he can, battling up on the high side. And he's going to slam the door going in 3 and 4. And right now off of 4, going to the stripe. That 56 is going to lead another lap here at Phoenix. The 83 going to have to reload here for that move and see if he can try to get back under that 56. Out here in chat, the White Walker saying, "What's up, Spots here, expert?" So nice to see you out there, Mr. Spots. Nice to have you here on the stream, and these guys are still going to be battling it out. Hope show, my friend. If you haven't already, be sure to follow and share the stream to anybody out there. Thank you, 16 viewers we have at this time. These guys, though, that top 5 looks like they're trying to pull a little bit of a gap that's going to build. It may actually just be the top 3 as the guys behind them start to battle.
Yeah, a little bit of a gap there between Trader and Shane Wolf. Coming back here, looking at James Litzenberger. He's battling right behind Robertson here. He's running 6th currently, our Naples, Florida driver. Coming back here, looking at Kobe. He had a really good qualifying lap. He's back here in 7th now. So taking a look at some other guys in the field here and some of these other battles brewing as we saw Trader squeeze out to a bit of a lead there.
And right now you can see Trader really trying guys out. And the thing that Paul Irvin talked about, of course, was patience. And right now you see him in 3rd. He's not really having to defend, but he's not really pushing to catch these 2 guys. He's just letting them battle it out and trying to get into that rhythm like he spoke of.
Yeah, rhythm is super important on tracks like this. And what Paul was talking about on the rhythm was where you start hitting the brakes, where you start turning the wheel, when you start lifting off of the brake pedal, when you start adding the throttle back to it. All that's a rhythm. It's like a dance that these guys are doing on their pedals and wheels. So this is the rhythm that they're talking about. Looks like everybody's getting into a nice rhythm here. And these top 5 have kind of broke away a little bit from the rest of the field.
And right here, Drew Trader out there in chat. We didn't even mention it, but One Mind to Design Motorsports are sitting 1 and 2 right now. These top 2 are teammates.
Oh, teammates. So we might see a little friendly battling, or do you think they're going to go at each other?
Well, I don't know. Knowing how these guys joke in the voice chat, I don't know. I'm not going to decide that. But I think these guys will race each other nice and allow each other to give a little bit of room. But I know if it comes down towards the end of this race and we're seeing this, we might see a little. You remember the old Paul Edwards, Kyle Busch battle at Richmond? You know, I think we might see a little bit of a little bit of that happen. So we'll just have to see as these laps wind down. But still, Nick Trader and James Shane Wolf holding on for One Mind to Design Motorsports 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah. So lap 24, they're playing nice with each other for sure, but come a few hundred, about another 100 and so laps, that might heat up. We're looking at Justin Anisagak here. He has passed. He's in the 18. He's passed the 9 of Paul Irvin here for 3rd place. 64 Robertson. These guys are all battling real hard, real tight right here. Robertson, if Irvin slips ever so slightly, Robertson's going to be all over him as you see him on the tailgate of that truck.
Right now, as we continue on here, Justin Anisagak moved into the top 3. He's looking to run these guys down, and he was a guy that really showed up at Atlanta. Didn't have the best qualifying run, but he was running top 6 in practice, and now coming up here trying to run with these guys, it looks like he may have a long run truck here in that 18 Toyota or whatnot. You still owe him some M&Ms, though.
I really do. I forgot about him when I was at the store earlier today. I completely spaced on it. I didn't even see the M&Ms, so I didn't even get a package myself, which is the true bummer, really.
It is. Well, unfortunately, I've been working. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, so we're seeing the 64 here, still on the back bumper of the 9. Robertson really driving it in well and hanging with Paul Irvin. Really good battle going on right here. Nick Trader is out to a bit of a lead this time.
And he's starting to pull away right now. That 18, either the 18 is pulling that 83 and the rest is up there. That 83 seems to be falling off a little bit. As right now, Dustin Carroll, he's going to be heading in the road. And this is a really extended strategy. We talked to some of the guys before the race, and they said fuel could be anywhere around, 70 laps. But that wouldn't be the issue. The tire run, they said to expect anywhere from at least 25 laps to around 40 laps at max could be our potential tire run. So this isn't a fuel race. It's going to be a tire race.
Yeah, tires are going to be very important here. The desert's going to be hot, beating these tires to death. As we see Nick Trader coming to the back of the 19, that's Cowboy. Going to be putting him 1 lap down. Cowboy currently running 29th. Yes, 29th. Going to be first truck lap down, so he's going to be in the lucky dog position. So not a bad place to be.
I believe I gotta look once again as we scroll through here. Still running through the ticker and stuff. Gotta look once again. I'm looking for somebody specifically. I know they asked about him out there in chat. It's going to be our good friend Boehner. He's now running right now in the 22nd. So Boehner is now running in 22nd for you out there, right? Or he's cheering on for our good friend Boehner out there in the back of the pack.
Yep. Got a really good looking 09 Budweiser out here. Red, white, and blue scheme. Got the red wheels on there as well. Another awesome paint job out here tonight. These guys really do come through with the great paints.
Definitely, and once again, it's all thanks to One Mind to Design, the title sponsor here. And no, it's I'm going to go ahead and say this before anybody says it. No, it's not rigged. This is the first time I believe One Mind to Design has been able to have guys in the 2 position. So right now, they are just showing that they're at ISM, and I know they're looking to continue that here. But that 18 looking to put a damper on the parade. He's right there as the 83 gets loose, and they're able to battle side by side through going through the front. The 18 now moving into P number 2. So you want to go back on that pick yet, or still too early?
Nope. I'm still happy. I'm still sticking with what I got. Secretly, I did pick Anasagak, but I didn't want to say it out loud. So I took his Toyota brethren and Paul Irvin, but secretly I've got Anasagak. I've got 2 picks, really, if you want to be honest.
I was about to say, you got to make up for it something.
Yeah, I'm taking 2 picks.
Greedy out here. Might as well take on the whole field.
I think I might. I think I'm going to take everybody but the 56 because he's already been taken.
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm feeling pretty good about my picks so far. I got the whole field to worry about, so that might be well. But the 56 still leading here. That 18 making good time, though, as right now he is looking to try to run him down. About a 7/10 gap between him and Nick Trader so far.
Yeah, Trader's out to about a 7/10 gap, 34 laps into this thing. Tires are really starting to wear now. These drivers are really starting to feel these tires slide around. They're going to be losing grip, not only on corner entry, but they're going to be losing grip in the center and on exit. Everywhere in the corner, this thing's not going to be as fast as it was. If we were to take a look at lap times right now, I'm sure they've fallen off quite a bit. 83 might have a problem here. He has fallen back. Shane Wolf back to 4th now, as Robertson just got around him in the 64 truck.
right now, I think he may be on a similar. He may have tried to push it too hard in the early portions of this race. We've seen him get loose already. He could be not having the best long run right now. We are well within the pit window. Would expect a lot of these guys to pit within the next 6 to 7 laps if our information about a 40-lap tire run was true. So right now, these guys still with a bit to go, but that 83 and 9 looking to battle here shortly here for the 4th position.
Yeah, the battle is coming on here for the 4th place position. 83 looks like he might have got a little sideways on corner entry there. 9 closes up to the back door of him. 9 looks to the inside. 9 down to the bottom now. See if he can clear Shane Wolf going into 3. Looks like he's going to. Meredith's going to come through on the bottom as well in that 17 machine.
Yeah, Meredith now on the attack. We haven't talked about him much today, but he's had a good past few weeks. Had a lot of good runs and showed a lot of potential to be a threat here for this championship this year as kind of an underdog. He's really been a dark horse in a lot of these races, just sitting outside the top 5 a lot of times.
Yeah, he's got really good speed here. As you see, he's going to look to the inside to Shane Wolf again. Doesn't have quite enough to get all the way in there. So Shane Wolf's going to come down, close that door on him. Really good battle back here for 5th place.
And right now you can see the rest of these guys really starting to try their hardest to battle it out. I'm still wondering, when are we going to see these rumored pit stops? We've already hit the point of the run in which we expected a lot of these guys to go in, but these caution laps may have extended this run to a longer lap count than what we originally expected.
Yeah, caution's going to come into play. Not wearing those tires near as hard underneath the caution laps. The other thing to keep in mind, we're going to come to a different strategy here in a bit as well. Oh, Shane Wolf, big turn down towards the bottom there. Holy cow. He might have got a little loose up there coming off 2 because he looks like he's lost a little speed as Meredith closes in on him, looks to the inside. Once again, coming off of 4. Shane Wolf looks like he's got the power on the top side. Meredith falling back on the bottom a little bit as Litzenberger gets to the outside of Meredith.
Yeah, and they're going to dive it back in once again. 83 is just going to say he didn't get loose. He just wanted to go to the bottom as they're going 3 wide behind him. But these guys still going to be battling it out, and a lot of guys now heading pit road. I believe the 71's going in, but this the up front battle is really spread out between the 56, 18, and Robertson now moving into the 3rd place position in that 64. This top 3, it looks eerily similar to the top 3 we saw at the beginning of Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you touched on it a little bit earlier, Expert. The cream rises to the top. You know, we see these guys up here running in the front week in and week out. Got some new players this week creeping into the top 5 in Shane Wolf. But you know, you still got Paul Irvin up here in the top 5. You got James Litzenberger in the top 10 here. We got Cole Snyder, we haven't talked about much tonight. He has a really strong run going. He's in 7th as he's just gotten by Meredith here recently. So a lot of really good racing going on so far this evening.
Definitely, and right now that 56, he's looking to try to keep running around and see if he can. Is that the 9 in front of him, the 9 of Paul Irvin?
That looks like the 9. That's a Napa paint scheme, but that's a Chevrolet. That is the 92.
About to say, they look eerily similar for a second. I was about to say, what happened to our good old buddy Paul Irvin? Oh, that 92 of Dustin Carroll, he's going to go 1.
Yep, he's going a lap down here. Dustin Carroll in the 92. He's got some heavy damage there on the truck, so hopefully once pit stop starts cycling through here, the 92 crew can get that fixed up and get him back straight.
Well, right now that 56 is just hanging on to the lead. I know his brother Drew Trader, even though he's out of power, he is definitely proud. And one thing I've noticed as the race has gone on a little bit, it looks like it's gotten a little bit darker. Those track temps may be cooling down.
Yeah, definitely starting to see some rubber being laid down on the track here. Got some shadows coming in, so temps should be going down, grip hopefully going up for these guys. That way they can start pushing it a little bit harder once they get these fresh Goodyears bolted on.
Definitely. So we're still expecting changes. These guys, they talk about getting into a rhythm where we're expecting a lot more track changes to go on. So that rhythm may get thrown off here shortly. But still, Nick Trader holding on to a dominant lead up to this point. Anna Sagak, Robertson, Irvin, and Shane Wolf still your top 5. Your top 10 is going to be rounded out by Snyder, Litzenberger, Smith, Meredith, and Burt. That's going to be your top 10 right there. As I believe we are now coming to 48 laps to go this time, Mike.
Yeah, 48 laps into this thing.
Or 48 laps in. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. I'm thinking we're rounding this race down. Just 48 laps in.
Yeah, we're not even halfway yet. We've still got plenty of racing action to go here.
I'm about to say, I'm getting excited with how these guys have shown out so far. These paint schemes look amazing. These guys have a lot of racing action so far. And through the back of the pack, you can see Matt Cochran touched on it earlier. Once we get spread out, it's all about picking guys off one by one. So we're starting to see those type of battles start to happen here as right here out here in chat. Our good buddy Repeat says he loves that 21 paint scheme that's out there. The 21 being driven by Litzenberg. So he's shouting out good old Litz out there.
Yeah, that's a great paint scheme. It's got the old fighter jet kind of look to it. It's got the teeth on the sides. Just a really sharp looking United States Air Force paint scheme right there on Litzenberger's truck.
Definitely, and with Pete out there in chat, want to thank him for his service, as we mentioned in pre-race. As a part of the member of the league, security forces of the United States Air Force. So definitely shout out to him for his service. Thank you, Repeat. Thank you to everybody out there in chat who knows somebody that has served. Definitely tell them that we're thanking them for their service. Or if you are somebody who has served as well, be sure to put it out there in chat. We'd love to thank you as well as we come off the July 4th weekend.
Yeah, we see a little change here in the top 3. Robertson now running really strong. He's gotten past Anna Sagak in that Mobile 1 truck there, looking good. Nick Trader is still checked out on this field. Be looking for pit stops coming up here about any time shortly. We're ready for them.
Oh yeah, definitely. That will definitely throw a huge wrench into this race. We talked about it. Strategy will play a huge factor here in this race. And right now, what's interesting about this gap between Trader and Robertson, it's not really building, but I mean, Robertson's not gaining, but he's not necessarily losing time either.
Yeah, running good even lap time, staying with the leader. One thing that is probably going through Robertson's mind right now is if he could pit 1 lap shorter than Trader, once he gets those fresh tires on there, he might be able to leapfrog him and get the lead from him. So there's going to be a little bit of cat and mouse going through as these green flag pit stops start cycling through. The guy that pits first typically gets in, gets his tires, goes out and runs incredibly fast laps, and can leapfrog some guys. But you can't go too early, you can't go too late. You got to hit it just right, kind of like the 3 Bears, you know?
Are we going to go through a fairy tale story here today?
It could happen. It could happen.
Oh, Lord. Well, that 56, he's living in a fairy tale now, a huge gap. And we talked about how fast he was. Guys out there in chat cheering him on lane race by straightaway, just like Larson. And Drew Trader also out there cheering on his brother as well. So right now, Nick Trader is living the dream out there in P number 1.
Yeah, he's got about a 2.8 second lead over Robertson in second place. Anna Sagak in third. Irvin fourth. Shane Wolf through your top 5 right now.
And right now, I want to shout out a guy who is his way into the top 10 now. Josh Arnold sitting right there in P number 9. He's able to make his way into the top 10. Watch for him to try to make his way up front as we see some guys tear off the pit road.
Yeah, he's got a really good looking number 22 Pennzoil Ford out here tonight. Great looking paint scheme on this one. I know we say it every time we look at a truck that it's a great looking paint scheme, but honestly, some of these paints are just unbelievable. That's a really good one.
Definitely, and that is all presented by our friends at One Mind. Go check them out on Twitter, just like you see it on stream, at One Mind to Design.
Looking to see what other battles we can find here tonight. As these guys spread out a little bit. Seeing if we can find some good close racing here. We got Litzenberger and Meredith. They're fairly close for 7th place. Meredith had a good run. We talked about Litzenberger a little bit earlier.
And definitely that 21 still trying to hold on to this position. Meredith was up there near the top 5 for a little bit, kind of fell off. It's going to be interesting to see how he can recover and see if he can put that 17 in the top 5 once again.
Got some guys cycling through the pits now. We've seen Crowell go to the pits. He's coming back out now. Trying to find him here. So he's had his service done in that 54 machine. Doesn't look like any damage on it. Must have been a scheduled stop for him.
Definitely. So right now you talk about short pitting. A lot of guys trying an extreme short pitting strategy. But of course, I'm sure you're going to talk about it, how that might hurt you in the...
I think we lost you there, Expert. Are you still with us?
Yeah. Do you have a copy?
I got a copy. Yeah, you just kind of trailed off at mid-sentence there and started worrying about you. I was getting nervous. I was going to throw a water bottle at you here in the booth.
About to say, I'm not sure if the mic is going crazy or what it is, but right here, I know you're probably going to talking about as we continue on here. A lot of guys pulling an extreme short pitch strategy here. What do we expect as far as what that could mean for these guys long run? Will the tires just even out and an extreme short pit could work? Or do we expect, okay, if you pit way too early, you're just going to get run down like that?
Yeah, the biggest thing about pitting way too early on a track like this, we talked about it earlier, it's only a 1 mile track. You're going to lose a lap going to pit road. The thing about that is, are you going to have enough speed to with the fresh tires to offset losing that lap and gain position? So going early could be dangerous.
Well, definitely, and it could definitely be dangerous with the gap from this 56. It just seems to keep growing right now, and a lot of guys are multiple laps down, unfortunately, because of how fast that 56 has been. Robertson now with about a 3.4 second gap, so that 56, you know, we might need to go put that truck through inspection. He is just pulling on this field.
Yeah, we're going to need to double check the heights, going to need to double check the engine size, going to need to double check the tires. What is he doing? He is just putting on a clinic right now, out here driving the bus, taking everybody to school with this 3.5 second lead.
About to say, if he runs it past 70 laps, we also might need to check that fuel tank size as well.
That might need to be on the list as well.
But these guys still battling it out. A lot of fun seeing these guys race it out here in the desert. And right now, still with our top guys, just going to label them out right now. Nick Trader, P1. Robertson, P2. Ennis Scott, P3. Paul Irvin, P4. Shane Wolf, rounding out your top 5. Snyder, Litzenberger, Meredith, Arnold, and Tyndall rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, some great racing going on right here. We see Shane Wolf passing Jim Coey, putting him a lap down as the field cycles past him.
And right now, I'm watching a great battle right now. Arnold has caught up to Meredith in the midst of this lap traffic. He's looking to try to see if he can gain another spot and put himself in P8.
Yeah, Arnold and Meredith getting ready to go at it for P8, like you just said. Remember the 54, he's back here, he's on tires. That's Crowell. He's on tires, so he might scoot past these guys. He's in that red, white, and black 54 right behind that yellow 22. So we'll see what the fresh tires on the 54 do as he dives way down to the inside to clear these guys.
And right now, that 22, he's looking for the run. If you're in this, if you're in the pretty much long run stage or whatnot, you're looking for momentum. We've seen guys at Atlanta. We saw how the lane change there. and we can expect that at a few tracks this year. Is there a way you can experiment with lanes here? Are there different lanes that work better, or is it just bottom lane the entire time?
There are different lanes here, especially down on the 1-2 end of the racetrack. On the 1 and 2, you can run kind of a bottom lane, keep it real tight, really shortcut through the dog leg there, or you can kind of run like a middle top groove, take less dog leg. Heck, you can just stay above the yellow line the whole time. As tire wear runs on, you see a lot of these guys moving up, kind of like the 17 is doing right now. Moved all the way to the outside wall, got it pointed straight down, cut the dog leg, points it straight back up to get his entry arced into turn 3. Now down here in 3 and 4, you see the lanes moved up just a bit. 17's moved up maybe a groove and a half. Still has good speed there on that top groove, so there is a little bit of moving around that can be done here at Phoenix.
Right now you can see that 22 peeking to the bottom here below that 17, looking if he can get any momentum, and he's going to cut it through the dog leg to see if he can stay there as we get set up for turns 3 and 4. That 22, he's looking to gain a position here. He's going to clear him here and get in the P8.
Yeah, he drove it in there super hard. I think the 17 knew that. 17 gave a little room. He also has this lap truck of the 37 to deal with and lap truck of the 54 on his inside. I think that was good heads-up driving by the 17 of Meredith not to push it too early here on lap 69 of 160. He could have battled a little bit harder for that position, but for what at this point in the race, you know?
Definitely. And right now he's just trying to be conservative, but we are approaching what should be around that lap. We're expecting a lot of guys to be able to go down, especially if they stayed out. Of course, we could expect, you know, save about 2 to 3 laps on fuel while under those cautions. So it's interesting to see how long will this fuel run stretch. We've hit the mark in which we expect these guys to go down. Now how much did they trick us by saving?
Yeah, the save is going to be kind of interesting here, and it might screw up the strategy a little bit. Remember, we ran those cautions early on. Ooh, Shane Wolf bounces it off the outside wall, coming off of 4. A lot of action back here. 23, 21 have to recover. As the 83 bounced it off the outside wall. 83's got damage on the right side. 83 laying down tire tracks as he's sliding down to the inside that time. He was hard in the gas trying to get to the bottom of the dog leg. So Shane Wolf putting on a great show for you guys out there in Twitch land.
Definitely, and I would not be surprised to see him try to come down to pit road within the next few laps. He seems to be struggling, and of course that damage is not going to help his chances either as we continue on with this run. But these guys really starting to heat up the battle behind them. The 54 being on those fresh charts, at 21 and 22 starting to battle it out for a position.
Yeah, 21, we've looked at this truck quite a bit here tonight. Oh, 54 with a slide, 83's in it, 22's in it, 21 gets a little contact. 83 is sideways on the racetrack here. Caution is out.
And right now these guys had to lock it up, and we wanted green flag pit stops. I think we're going to see pit stops either way here.
Yeah, it's we're going to get caution flag pit stops here. So let's watch the 83 as he comes through here. 54 was just a little bit below the line. They slapped doors just a little bit. 83 gets turned around. The most dangerous part about sitting sideways right there in the track is collecting somebody else up, but these NNR drivers are so daggone good that it doesn't look like there's any extra wrecking in this incident with the 83 and the 54.
Yeah, no extracurricular activities for these guys here on track, but a lot of guys got some contact in that. I believe the 21, the 17, the 7, the 22, maybe the 16 as well got caught up in that one with a little bit of contact, but these guys looking to get cycled back up and see if they can move on and get some pit stops, maybe some repairs, and some 4 fresh Goodyears on here, as I believe pit road's going to be open this time.
Pit road's open this time. Expect to see everybody come this time to get tires on this truck, get some damage fixed, get some fuel in it, all of the things. But I'd expect to see everybody on pit road right here.
Certainly, especially everybody on the lead lap. Now, if you're the 54, or, well, I mean, I'm not going to say the 50 because he's not wave around eligible for being a part of that caution, but if you're, let's say if you're somebody that just went a lap down, I'm seeing a few guys actually do it. Are you taking the risk of staying out to get that lap back, being that you just pitted about 10 laps earlier?
If I pitted within the last 5 laps, I'm definitely staying out. If I pitted in the last 10, I would consider it. Anything more than that, I'm definitely coming. Lap 11, if I've got greater than 11 laps on my tires, I am coming in.
Right now, you can see the 56 easily wins the race off pit road. He's going to line up P1 once again, and this is going to reset the field. Robertson moved into P2. He's going to be a new challenge here for that 56, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do there on pit road. Actually, no, Anasagot, he's going to move into P2, and it looked like he had a faster short run truck than that 56 did.
Yeah, he had a really, really fast short run truck. He was really fast for probably the first 30 laps of that last run. So we're going to see a battle here for the lead early on. I expect to see a great battle between the 56 and the 18 for about the next 30 or 40 laps or so.
No, definitely. And you want to know what's interesting and what's going to make a lap. We talked about it earlier. I made a mistake. I said 48 to go when we were on 8 laps in, but we are 4 laps away from halfway. What do you know?
Wow, already?
I know.
Is that accurate?
I know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Okay, I just double checked the math because we know you messed it up one time by accident.
Hey,
Not judging.
look. Okay, just because I struggled in math, all right. I didn't go to college for math for a reason.
But looks like your math is accurate this time. So, wow, I can't believe we're almost halfway here.
I say a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Give me credit and let's move along.
These drivers are putting on such a show. The time is flying here. Looks like lights are out on the pace truck. We're doubling up. We're going green this time by as the wave rounds go past the pace truck to get their laps back. It looks like Tyndall in the 88 is going to be the last one on the wave round, currently being scored in P20.
Yeah, so right now, these guys looking to get set up once again. That 56, 18, 9, 99 of Snyder. We haven't talked about him much. He's going to move his way into top 5. And then the 64 of Robertson going to be your top 5 leading to this restart.
Yeah, some great racing here. Now, remember, we started off with a couple of cautions really early. And cautions breed cautions. I don't expect to see anything. I think these guys are all wanting to get back here in their rhythm with their fresh tires. The one thing to pay attention to, fresh tires have been a little bit loose, so these guys are going to have to be real cognizant of that as they go down into turns 1 and 2 this first time.
Well, right now, that 56, he's going to try to get those jumps that we've seen him get, and just what a jump right there, able to get back into the throttle and head down into turns 1 and 2. That 18 and the rest of this field is going to have to get regrouped and see what they can do as far as catching him as these laps wind down. Right now, that 9 settles back into 3rd. The 64 already making a move to get back into 4th, passing the 99 God, I can't talk right now. Passing the 99, Mr. Snyder, Mr. Cole Snyder, as he's able to move into P4 and caution. You talked about it, cautions, precautions. Well, caution is back out once again.
Dang.
You believe commentators curse now?
Starting to. Starting to believe in it. Let's go back here. Let's catch the replay. See what happened back here to bring out the caution. Looks like the number 27 of Hyatt. Looks like he just got loose off of 4. Just got loose off of 4 on those fresh tires.
You got the double. You got the double dose of commentator curse right there. Not only the caution thing, but what would bring up
2 doses. 2 doses. Yeah, boy.
But right now we are at the halfway point, guys. If you just, I think this is more of a saving grace for the guys who were a lap down that took the wave round, because now they have the opportunity to go get fresh tires.
Yeah, absolutely. All the lead lap guys, expect to see them out. We only ran about a lap or 2 on those tires, not enough to beat them up. So all the lead lap guys are going to stay out. All those beneficiaries of the wave round They're going to come get their service. Excellent strategy, playing right into some of these guys in the back of the pack's hands. So getting them back into contention too.
Definitely, and I'm sure 5 laps of wear on tires will definitely help them out, especially with the guys in front of them. Respect some of those guys to try to make their way through the field, and a lot of them had some good speed as well. Guys like Shane Wolf, Corey Colby, guys like that going down taking service. Josh Arnold as well. All can have shots to be able to make their way up through the field.
Yeah, Josh Arnold, we talked about him a little bit earlier. He's taking advantage of this caution here to get his truck fresh tired and straightened back up. We see Shane Wolf still on pit road, probably taking care of the rest of that damage that he got off of 4. So strategy-wise, this caution doesn't hurt. This caution helps a lot of guys. The only ones this really hurts is your front runners, because this is going to bring guys back into contention that had issues a little bit earlier.
Definitely, but this top 10, you're going to see a lot of guys that we haven't necessarily seen up there near the front, so these guys are going to try to battle it out to get back up there. But right now, the 56, 18 still taking up your top 2 positions, 9 and 64 taking up the rest of the top 4 up there. So the top 4, not really much changeover as of late.
Now, top 4's been pretty solid here so far. So that's a good sign for these guys. It's a bad sign for some of these guys wanting to break their way into this battle. So we'll see if there's going to be any big changes coming to the top runners.
See, and Lane Racing just put a nugget out there in chat, and I'm going to pass that along to you. You remember how we talked about how the fuel run could be around 70 laps, and they tricked us with the tire run being about the being about the same now that we just figured out? You know how strategy was going to come into play? We will be just over a few laps of that 70-lap fuel run when we go back green.
That is true. So now we got to start thinking about who's going to make it.
Who can save? Can you save that? Those are 3 questions right there. That the one you said and the 2 I just put up. It's going to be those 3 questions. Could basically decide who wins this race.
Yeah, this could get very interesting when it comes to fuel strategy here.
I'm about to say Nick Trader has enjoyed the success of being the fastest truck, but can he be the most technical when it counts? That pace truck looking to pull off this time by. We're about to see here as we're looking to go back green here at Phoenix.
Yeah, I want to get a top view, chopper view here so we can see these guys spread out in the dog leg. 56 gets a great jump like he's been doing all night. He's going to move to the top side like he has all night and then get that good entry down into 1 and 2.
And how important is getting an arc like that, especially on these restarts? I mean, that's definitely got to be an important aspect. But that 18, he's gotten the best run he has all night here on that 56. We may have a battle for lead here shortly.
Yeah, the 18's got a really good run to the inside. Justin Asagok, he's got underneath Drew Trader here. These guys are really going at it. Battle continues down into turns 1 and 2.
Gotta correct you. It's the brother of Nick Trader out here in the lead. Drew out here in chat, but that 18 still a fierce competitor going to attack Nick like he attacked Drew for a position last week. Now he's going to try to battle it out and see what he can do to try to go up here and capture the lead. We haven't seen anyone else besides a One Mind to Design Motorsports truck out here up front. That 18 looking to change the complexion of this race by making a new leader, I believe new manufacturer, and 18 gets loose.
Got big loose right there. 18 got big loose off of turn 2. Gonna lose a ton of spots. Needs to take it easy getting back up here on the track. These guys are all giving plenty of room. He comes back up in front of the 83 and the 09. No further incidents, so that's good news. 83 big loose.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of guys felt the effect of these new tires still. And I just realized I might owe him a bag of fudge.
Oh no.
Well, we're both in the doghouse with Mr. Innocent Huck now, but right now the top 3 remaining the same: Nick Trader, Paul Irvin, and Robertson coming up here. Bain moving his way into the 4th spot with Cole Snyder rounding out your top 5. So 2 new names to the top 5 now as we enter the second half of today's race.
We haven't done a cockpit cam here, and we're just over halfway. What driver you want to go cockpit on?
You know what? Let's go to our good buddy. Let's go to Josh Arnold right now. He's in a tight back. Let's go to our good buddy in that double deuce. See what he's looking at. As he's going to focus on the guys in front of him. Look at the line of cars once we get signal.
Hear him roll way out of the throttle. Hear him really pedal it coming off of 2. We got a caution out. Caution is out. Caution is out. Let's head back here and see what happened under this caution. Oh no.
Oh, and it looks like the 18, the 09. Oh, 36, 12 involved as well. Joseph Darnell, after winning Daytona, getting caught up in 2 incidents, one last week and one this week. And it looks like that, I believe the 18 might have had a lot of damage just checked up in front of one of the trucks that caused that incident. So that definitely not wanting to see anything like this, but this definitely introduces fuel mileage as a factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Gonna get another look at it here. It's telling me that Shane Wolf was involved somehow, but I'm not seeing the incident with him. Just see a little blink out on Shane Wolf's side. Hate to see it for these guys. That's a tough break right there. You know, Phoenix it's really tough when there's an incident off of turn 4 with that inside pit wall and that nice blue outside safer barrier. It gets really narrow off of 4, bottlenecks up pretty bad. Not a whole lot of room to go, so it tends to collect up quite a few vehicles when action happens.
Yeah, and Repeat caught it out there in chat saying, "Did you hear the 22 cut the motor right as the caution came out?" Great onboard catch of saving fuel.
Yeah, he absolutely shut it down right away when the caution came out. We see the 56, Nick Trader. He is drafting with the pace truck to save fuel right here.
About to say, and I'm going to give a shout out to our friends over at Turn Down for What. Josh Arnold right there in the 22. He made a great run to be able to save fuel there and capture the win at Talladega a few weeks ago. So he is no stranger to being able to save fuel to be able to win races. So we could expect that 22 to try to go for 2 fuel mileage races here in the past month.
Yeah, this really changes up the fuel strategy now. It's I think a lot of these guys can make it from here, but I think they're still going to have to save. Yet to be seen. Going to get really exciting in this second half of the race for sure.
Definitely, and expect a lot of these guys to possibly be dropping it into neutral. I know if we probably go on board at the 56, we would not hear a engine tuner. If it is, it'll be very sporadic. So
he is got the engine running right now, and he shuts it. He's clutched it. He's still got it running, so he's clutching to save fuel. Right here on board with the 56 of Nick Trader.
Definitely, and what a camera angle too as well. Cameras. This is the National Guard on board up there of the 56, so definitely thanks to them for providing this on. Definitely gotta love the paint scheme of that truck. Gotta love One Mind to Design Motorsports for allowing us to go on board with Mr. Trader.
Yeah, absolutely. Got some great camera views here. Get one zoomed in so we can see all of his sponsors as One Mind to Design sponsorship, and see that National Guard paint scheme right here on that truck. Very good looking truck. And there's the field behind him getting doubled up. About time to go racing again.
Yes, sir. And the pace truck looking to pull off on by. So while we're having fun with the cameras, these guys are getting set up once again for another great restart. Look into that chopper angle looks amazing. I believe that's the blimp angle as well. So let's take a look at Nick's restart here. He's had a bunch of great restarts, and he's going to get another one here as he's able to get a great jump out onto the field and dive it back down with another good arc into turn 2.
Yeah, he got a really good run going down there in 1 and 2. So Paul Irvin got a really good run coming off of 2. It's not going to stop the battle of the 64 Robertson coming on him, though. But great restart by all these guys so far.
Definitely, but that 9 still going to be hard charging, trying to catch the 56. Do not sleep on Irvin now as he looks to get to that 56. Only a car length separating them now.
Yeah, we had some 3-wide battling back here in the pack. The 73 of Burt was in that 3-wide battle. He's gotten ahead of Josh Arnold. We've talked about him a little bit earlier. But the battle right here is for the lead. Paul Irvin and Robertson going after Trader.
And isn't this, it's kind of like deja vu, or deja vu. Sorry, can't talk today. But these guys, right now, that 9 looking at the inside. He's looking to try to get into turn 1. Not going to have enough 56 able to power move over the top side. That 9's going to have to reload to try to go after another run here. But definitely the pressure is now being put on that 56 to see if they can try to pressure him into not being able to save enough fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah, the 64 battles to the inside of the 9. 64's got a look on the inside of the 9. Paul Irvin goes high.
Oh,
Robertson
huge wreck in the back.
Oh, no. Caution is out. Huge wreck in the back. Let's see if we can get back here and take a look at it. So 77 getting spun around. 7 goes back up the track. Collects, it looks like Kobe there. See if we can get another look at this. So 77 gets a little push from the 88. 77 goes down, hits the 7. 7 comes up, slams what I believe is the 28 of Kobe.
And that is very unfortunate for a lot of those guys. Trying to keep it clean there in the back, and just unfortunate for them. Right here, though, as
Our
Go ahead.
Trader's still saving fuel.
yep, and it's going to be the name of the game here for who can save and make it to the end. You know they have to be feeling good about making it.
Yeah, I think these guys are getting a little bit more confident about making it to the end on fuel here, as we've had a couple of cautions here back to back. Working our 7th caution of the evening on lap 98, coming to 99. But they're still saving.
Right now, though, with coming up on around 60 laps to go, that's definitely going to be within the fuel run. But a lot of these guys, they pitted outside of the possible fuel run to make it to the end, so they still have a ways to go as far as saving. It's going to be interesting to see who can make it. But shout out to I believe looking at our top 5: Nick Trader, Paul Irvin, Robertson, Bain, Shane Wolf. Shout out to our good friend Shiro, making his way into 6th with that 33 Chevrolet Litzenberger. The other Shiro the 2 to complete the combination right there. Cole Snyder and Josh Arnold rounding out the top 10 there.
How did Shane Wolf get back in the top 5? What happened here? We saw him running really strong early on. We saw him hit the wall. We saw him get big loose. How did he get back into the top 5? This is unbelievable. Great run for the 83 machine so far tonight.
Definitely a great recovery. MK Gaming 85, go J-Paw and Bane. So we know who he's cheering for out there in chat. Thank you for showing up out there in chat. Be sure to follow if you haven't already, and definitely hope you stay to enjoy some of this great action right there. Josh Arnold and Bane both sitting in the top 10. So definitely you have two guys you can certainly cheer for having a great race so far. These guys are doubling up, and we expect to be going green here shortly.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be going green this time by. Looks like the lights are out on the pace truck. So expect to see some green flag racing resuming here on lap 101 of 160.
Definitely, and these guys still with a long way to go. Not a, you know, they really don't have a short time to get there unless you want to. They'll be going green with 60 laps to go. They do have a short time to get there, but these guys looking to go racing once again here and see how long this run can last. Definitely, we've already had our longest run. This one won't beat it, but these guys looking to see how far this fuel mileage will carry them. As Nick Trader once again with another huge jump here on the restart. Robertson looking to take advantage as he gets below the 9 of Paul Irvin, but that 56 able to rocket back out to the front. Let's see who can get to his back bumper and try to make a challenge here. It looks like Robertson able to make a good run into turns 3 and 4 off the corner. Let's see if he can clear in front of the 9. He does. The 73 though, contact in the back with the pit wall. That might be a caution, and it is.
Caution is out. We saw the 73 at the top of the screen. Looks like he got a little loose there. And let's see if we can catch it on the replay. Yeah, looks like the 73 got a little loose, went down, hit the inside wall, bounced up, got the outside wall. Doesn't look like anybody else got involved there, which that's a really tricky spot when trucks aren't going the direction that they're supposed to. So really great job by all these drivers here at NNR to not make that a bigger incident than it was.
Definitely. Also, thanks out there in chat to our friend More Than a Kate for the 2 bits he dropped out there in chat. Thank you for the support, my friend.
Absolutely. Appreciate all the support, everybody watching out there on Twitch. If you haven't followed already, make sure to bump draft that follow button. Really help out Expert here. So thank you all so much. Nick Trader is going very low down here. Is he considering pitting? No. Paul Irvin is.
Whoa, Paul Irvin!
Paul Irvin's on pit road. So is Bain in the 16.
Those two made a decision. I don't know if they got faked out by Robertson, because Robertson got extremely close to a commitment code violation. Didn't get one, but he got extremely close. And I know I'm about to say something that make Mr. Drew Trader in chat excited. That inside line on this restart is going to be, once again, One Mind to Design Motorsports 1 and 2, as Shane Wolf has now made his way back into the top.
Yeah, look at that. Shane Wolf back up in here to P3. That's amazing recovery for him. But Nick Trader going to be leading us back to the green flag. Now, here's something to consider with Bain in the 16 and Irvin in the 9. Maybe they were feeling a little something on their truck. Maybe they were starting to feel the tires go away right here. And they wanted to come down, get 4 fresh tires on here, and definitely be good on fuel so they don't have to worry about staving. So look for Irvin and Bain to be pushing extremely hard here at the end. They don't have to worry about saving a thing.
Oh, certainly. And right now, this is going to allow them to have options. Right now, if you're the 56, your option at this point is staying out on the tires that you have and trying to hold on and see if you've saved enough. The 64 and 83 are in the same boat. The 21's in the same boat. A lot of these guys, I'd say, in the top 10 are in the same boat. So right now, you have really made your bed if you're in the top 10 as of right now, in my opinion. Now, not to say that these guys won't pit later. That option is still there. But I feel like if you pit, it really puts you in a position and gives the advantage to Irvin and Bain now, who have pretty much made a very aggressive, but in some ways conservative, strategic call, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt them too bad. Irvin and Bain, they're going to be restarting 13th and 14th here, so they didn't lose a whole lot of spots. They lost some track position, but as long as these tires, if this is mainly a tire strategy call, as long as these tires are giving them more grip than the 10-12 guys in front of them. It's actually a really great call right here.
Definitely, and right now these guys are going to double up, looking to go back green this time by. So we're going to see what that call does for these guys as they look to go green once again here. Of course, the 56 and 64 taking up row number 1. The 83 and 21 taking up row 2. 33 and 99 taking up row number 3. The 22 and 17 taking up row 4. 15 and 77 rounding out the top 10.
You want a cockpit cam on the restart?
Go ahead. Let's see Nick go up through the gears here as he takes us to green.
So you hear his truck's barely idling right here. He's getting it in the right gear, waiting for the pace truck to pull down. Once this pace truck pulls down, the field's going to be in his hands for a great restart.
Definitely, and you got to love the helmet camper by one. As we come off of 4, getting set back to go green here. Look at him get up through the gears and able to make that move up to the top, and let's see him dive it down here into turns 1 and 2 with that arc.
Holds that bottom real nice. Keeps the wheel fairly straight to cut that dog leg. Keeps it straight all the way into 3, so he hits his braking points and his turn in. Holds it real nice along the bottom here. Nice smooth back on the gas. You heard it there, just a little bit of feathering. Full power all the way down the straightaway here.
Unfortunately for him, though, that 64 is putting the pressure on him right behind him, all up in his rear view.
Yeah, let's go on board with the 64 so you can see him chase down Trader. I like these cockpit cams every now and then that way you can see these wheel inputs from the driver here. You can see how much he's turning that wheel as his hand comes up. That truck's rotating really nicely for Robertson right now.
Definitely. It looks like that 56 just has a lot more drive off than the 64. That may be the one place where he's hurting. He's got a lot better drive in my opinion. He is right there waiting for that 56 to possibly make a mistake.
Yeah, and the thing is about driving it in a little bit deeper that it looks like the 64 is doing, it's going to heat up that right front tire a little bit faster on the 64 machine than it is on the 56. That's possibly why the 56 got such a huge lead under that green flag run that we had last time.
Yeah, well, right now that 64's got to watch out as he runs a lane higher. That 83 is now on the attack to the inside.
83 dive into the inside here, battling down into 3 and 4. 83 gets by, 64 stays high, opens the door for the 21. 21 takes a look. That Blitzenberger, he doesn't quite have enough to get into the back of Robertson there yet.
And right now that 83, talk about it once again. He had an instant, kind of fell off at the beginning of the race, and now he's back where he started at the beginning of this race. P2 once again behind his teammate of Nick Trader in the 56. He's sitting right here comfortable looking to try to go after his teammate.
Yeah, teammates back here 1 and 2, like you just said. Some great racing back here through the field that we're taking a look at. A lot of really good racing as the laps are winding down here at Phoenix.
And you talked about how track position didn't hurt any of these guys. Go look at our good friend Paul Urban, who has just now made his way into the 6th position now. He's almost made his way already back inside the top 5.
Yeah, Paul Irvin with the fresher tires that we talked about a little bit earlier. We started this time P13, already back up to P6 this time by, and putting pressure on the back of Josh Arnold.
And right now, compared to Nick Trader, the last time Nick Trader pit was lap 74. In comparison to Paul Urban, lap 103.
Wow, that's a big difference. Now, mind you, there's quite a few caution laps in there as Paul works his way past Josh Arnold. There's quite a few caution laps in there, so it's not like he's got 20-some lap fresher tires. It's not 20 laps at speed, so of course the tires don't wear near as much under caution.
Well, one thing to add to that as well, the gap between our top 2 as far as tire wear. Of course, I mentioned Nick Trader last pitted lap 74. 83 of James Shane Wolf last pitted lap 91.
Okay, so he's on fresher skins as well, and he was in there getting his truck repaired. He's obviously got that 83 back up and rolling as the 22 looks to the inside of the 21 going into turn 1.
And now Paul Irvin has made his way back into the top 4 as he is now sitting in P number 4, looking to try to chase down Robertson and Shane Wolf as they battle for P number 2.
Yeah, the battle towards the front starting to heat up as that 9 starts picking them off one by one. Watching the 22 and the 21 go at it right back here.
And right here, that 9 going to take advantage of the move up the 64 up front. He's going to make his way into the top 3 as he looks to try to get under that 83 here.
Yeah, it looks like the 9's back to the podium spot as he gets by the 83. He's got the inside line on the 64. He's got fresher tires in the 64, so he should be able to put down the power off of turn 4 here and get out ahead of the 64. They're neck and neck down the front straightaway.
Definitely, and when you're forced to run that lower line, does that force those tires to heat up even more, kind of wear a little bit more?
It's going to heat up that right front just a little bit more. Thankfully, he only had to do it for about a corner or two. So once he clears this 64, which the 64 is battling back, but once he clears this 64, you should see it coming off of 2. Paul should have a pretty good gap here. He can kind of settle in, chill for a minute, and then start battling after that 56.
Well, right now, with a second gap between him and the 56, let's see how he's able to try to eat into that this following lap by. Looking at the last lap, even with Paul Irvin being in the battle, running identical laps there with Nick Trader. So right now, let's see what these fresher tires do as far as lap times this time by. Let's see if he can catch them at all. Once we hit the stripe here, it looks like running a 1/10 faster than the leader at this moment in time as he's able to close in that last lap off.
So being a second out ahead, closing a 1/10 of a lap, I'm gonna attempt my math now. Look to see Paul Irvin in about 10 laps be right on the back bumper of Nick Trader.
And that doesn't even take into account the lap traffic that 56 has in his windshield.
Good battle back here. Arnold and Shane Wolf and the 99 of Snyder still going at it pretty good back here. But we're watching up front as Trader works his way around the 09, who was in a caution a little bit earlier. We saw that. Paul Irvin's going to catch him as well. Irvin's going to catch him in a better spot. Irvin's going to have to worry about that 09 on the straight, so should close down that gap just a little bit. Trader's got lap cars 2 wide ahead of him now, so hopefully they get that sorted out by the time he gets to him.
Definitely, Trader caught him in a pretty bad spot on the entry of 3 and 4. It's going to make that alter his entry now. Now the 9, this is going to be questionable for him. How's he going to wrap them on the straightaway or in 1 and 2?
So Paul gets forced to the bottom coming off of 4 here to get around this lap traffic, and then has to take a really tight line through 1 and 2. It's going to hurt his lap time a little bit, but Trader had to deal with the same thing, so about a wash.
Right now, last time by, Nick Trader ran a lap 2/10 faster than Paul Irvin, so I believe those tires are starting to even out at this point.
Yeah, 2/10, that's a huge gap in time when you're trying to run down the leader with only 37 laps to go here.
And right now, last time by, they ran exactly identical laps, so those tires now evened out completely.
Paul catches the 18 of Anasagak in kind of a bad spot for Paul. Caught him on the entry, but you're going to have that. Sometimes Trader's going to catch the lapper in a bad spot. Sometimes Anasagak's going to catch him in a bad spot. So it's all going to work out. Whoever's got the faster truck is probably going to win this race. Fuel strategy pretty much out the window at this point. Tire strategy, we've pretty much made our bed, because if we get a caution in the next 20, 30 laps or whatever, obviously Trader's going to come in, Irvin's going to follow him right in as well.
Certainly, and right now, these guys continue to run these laps down, and Paul Irvin, once again, it looks like he is starting to catch him. Once again, caught him by a 10th last lap by, so he could still have a little bit left in that number 9 Toyota.
I certainly hope so. I picked him.
About to say we're both kind of happy right now. Our picks are 1-2.
Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking like we know what's going on out here.
It'd be kind of bad if we didn't.
We see Bain battling the inside of Litzenberger. Remember, Bain's on the same tire strategy as Irvin. Bain's worked his way back up to 7, so he's plus 7 spots since coming in and getting those tires put on that number 16 machine. 21 of Litzenberger way up high, kiss the outside wall. 17 of Meredith's going to take advantage and get down to the inside and get that position by him.
Great job by the 21 not to spin it out, bring out a caution. Good job by him. And you got to love the courtesy of these guys. They don't intentionally try to bring cautions or anything like that. They are more about protecting the product at hand and the reputation of NNR. You got to love what these guys are doing as far as driver respect between each other.
Yeah, these drivers are doing an amazing job, putting a great show on for everybody out there. Huge shout out to all these guys and all their, very patriotic paint schemes here tonight. Huge shout out to these guys tonight. This is just amazing.
Definitely. And right now, this battle for the lead still staying stagnant as well as we look to cross the stripe. 32 laps to go next time by.
Yeah, we're watching Paul Irvin here. He's running a really clean line, going to the inside of that dog leg, arcing it way out for 3 and 4, working that upper groove for 3 and 4. What a lot of people would call this is they call this diamonding the corner. So if you think about it, you enter the corner, you push way up high, and then you try to get a straighter drive off. If you have a little bit of a loose off issue, diamonding the corner like Paul was doing down there in 3 and 4 helps you get the power down and get down the straightaway a little bit better. So looks like Paul's moving around trying to get more speed out of that 9.
Definitely looking for any way to try to go up there and catch that 56 as these battles continue to go on throughout the track right now. Right now, it looks like Shane Wolf and Snyder getting ready to try to battle at the top 5 position.
Yeah, Snyder's closed in on Shane Wolf here. Shane Wolf looked like he was a little loose getting into the corner. We've seen Shane Wolf be loose a couple of times here tonight. Still having a great run, great recovery. Back up to P5, but Snyder's giving him a workout to hold the spot.
Definitely, Snyder letting him know that he is there. Right now, the difference between their tires, if it makes a difference, is about a 6-lap difference. Snyder last pitted lap 97. Shane Wolf last pitted lap 9.
Oh boy, they had a little contact getting into 1, it looks like. 83 gets sideways, 99 gets by. Great save by the 83. Had to get out of the throttle all the way, turn it all the way to the right. He's going to lose a couple more spots. There goes Bain, there goes Tyndall.
What did we talk about tippers flaring? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. I think Bain has had fresher tires, and he was getting a little bit upset with Shane Wolf there, and might have just gave him a little knock going into turn 1, saying, "Hey man, I'm here." Whoa! 83 of Shane Wolf hits the 88 of Tyndall. Caution is out.
Oh, that is I would not be surprised to hear the 83. Car driver, crew chief, and spotter being called to the hauler after this one.
And you remember, the 83 is just coming off of a couple race suspension, so that might not be a very fun chat in the hauler for driver, spotter, crew chief, team owner, everybody. They're going to want to talk to everybody on the 83 crew.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. I've been called to enough of those meetings. I don't need to go in anymore myself.
I'm about to say it's the funnest part.
So with caution out, what are we going to see here? I suspect everybody's going to come get tires.
That could be the case. Of course, the 56, it looks like, yep, he's going to be leading them down pit road here like you suspected. I'd be interested to see if anybody tries to stay out. But right now you can see almost everybody heading down pit road at this point.
Yeah, 56 leading them down pit road. Going to restart with about 20 laps to go, give or take. You're going to want fresh tires on here. Staying out is going to be a not great choice in my opinion. I would have to ask the crew chief, does he have a crystal ball? Do you know something that we don't know if you're staying out at this point? I'd be questioning decisions if anybody stays out at this point.
Well, definitely. And right now, talk about decisions. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to one of the guys that's been up front all night long. I'm gonna try to see if we can find. You know what? Let's go try to talk to our good old buddy Shane Wolf. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be interesting, but let's go ahead and see if we can talk to him real quick. All right, Shane Wolf, it is your good buddies, Expert and Blair, up in the booth.
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Unfortunate incident with that call around. What a save! I just got to say that. But it looks like a little bit of coming to the end of this race, but otherwise that looked amazing. Paint scheme and speed both looking great out there on track. Your teammate Nick Trader's been leading almost all night. You have Drew out here in chat cheering you on. Do you think that 83 has a shot to go up there and win this race?
I got the short run speed. Long run is where we're kind of lacking a little bit.
Well, you're going to be going green with maybe around 25, if not less than that, laps to go here. So not too long of a run, but definitely not the shortest run. So we hope to see you up there. And yeah, we saw that bump that the 99 gave you. Was that just a little bit of frustration? Just two guys going for the same real estate? What should we expect here in the upcoming laps?
I plead the fifth, buddy.
Well, we're not going to question that. We're just going to get back to the race room. Good luck, my friend.
Thank y'all, man. Hope y'all are having a good time.
You too, man.
Exercising his
Wow.
constitutional rights here on the 5th of July. Mr. James
Hey, I
Shamble.
mean, hey, Mr. Shane Wolf, I mean, he knows his stuff. July 4th just passed. I mean, can't blame a guy, you know? Oh, you gotta love it. But, yeah, these guys are getting cycled up, double front, getting ready to go racing here. And based off that comment, I don't know if we're done with cautions, my friend.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, these guys, we're going to be going back green here with 24 laps to go. And I got to sit up in my chair for this one.
Yeah, it's about to get very exciting very quickly here. Now everybody's on fresh starters. Now remember what we talked about after the caution where we all pitted and at the beginning of the race. These things get a little bit loose off of 2 and 4, so let's watch this action as the pace truck pulls off.
Definitely, Nick Trader expected to get that jump that he always does, and here he goes. He's going to be able to clear up once again to that high line that to take advantage, but going to have it the 64 of Robertson looking to the inside the 9, looking for that high side run. He's not going to get it. Robertson holding on to that bottom through the dog leg. Here comes the 56, still holding on to the lead. Nobody really finding the challenge. And that 83, he's going all over the place in the back. He's now to the back of the 22, and he can see that 99 ahead of him.
Yeah, 83 got back on the gas just a little bit hard. Was a little bit loose off there like we talked about. 17 Emeritus going to be looking to the inside here. If Shane Wolf leaves the door open, he does not. 16 of Bain challenging to the inside of the 99 here. This is for 4th position at 16 truck.
And right here, we're going to see these guys continue to battle it out right there, waiting for any mistake out of the 16 or the 99. And oh, contact right there. Not sure if the 83 helped him. He just got loose on his own. But caution is back out once again. And there's only one car separating our two friends up there.
Oh, man, 22 was in that. You hate to see it. We talked about Josh Arnold earlier.
Oh, definitely.
Having such a good run.
Definitely. We know we had a lot of fans out there in chat chanting for him. He's known for running the J-Paw Militia over on Xbox One and now running for Cold Dog Racing here. And all the 36 getting involved as well. That may actually have ended the 22's night. He went up and over. Actually, no, he's able to get it back going, but still a lot of repairs are going to have to come to that 22.
Yeah, watch here, the 36 coming off the corner. He just gets hard on the brakes with the brake bias there and gets turned around and gets into Curtis a little bit there. That's Carroll in the 92.
Just guys trying to get turned around, and it just hurts some of these guys in the back. Definitely didn't want to see any of these guys getting in that here at the late stages of this race. But some guys still trying to hint going in and staying out right now, as the top three is going to stay the same. Nobody really planning to go in, but once again, very disheartening for the 22, 36, and 92.
Yeah, you hate to see it for these guys. 22, Josh Arnold had such a strong run going there. Hate to see something like that happen to him. Tough break for the 22, and the 36 of Quimby getting involved there, just trying to avoid it, and unfortunately he got in it.
Definitely. Well, right now, the 56, it's a refocus moment for him on what he can do up here in the lead. I don't think there's been one lap now led by this 56.
I believe you're correct. I think he's led them all so far here tonight.
Actually, no, let me correct myself. There's one guy that has led a lap outside of the 56, and it's his teammate in the 83.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll go with that. I'll believe you. That sounds accurate.
So right now, I mean, they traded it under cautions. I may be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I'll go with that.
If I'm forgetting anybody, well, I'm sure I'll hear about it later.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of chat. They will remind you when you're wrong.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm waiting for repeat just to correct me right now. But right now, these guys still pacing it. Caution should be double filing soon, as these guys get set to go green. And as these laps wind down, we'll be around 20 laps to go, if not within 20 laps to go. So when should we expect these tensions to heat up? We've already had a little tempers flaring moment, but when do these tensions heat up and be like, okay, I'm going for the win? Is it now? 10 laps to go? What are we looking at?
I would say at this point we have got the pot to a full boil, and we're bubbling. We're not quite bubbling over yet, but these guys are hot. They're getting aggressive. They're getting up on the wheel, elbows up, ready to go.
So we're not at burning water yet, but we're getting pretty close.
Oh, we're getting there. The steam is starting to rise.
All right. Well, these guys looking to get double fouled time by, and if I'm that 99, I don't want to come here.
Yeah, that 99 is going to restart right in front of the 83. Is that correct?
Yeah, and they're best friends, aren't they?
They are. They exchange Christmas cards. They just had a cookout yesterday. They had their Pit Viper glasses on and watching some fireworks. I'm sure everything is kosher in the 99 and 83 camp at this point.
I'd say I know that you had your iRacing and whatnot. Have you ever had the shit that?
You broke up just a little bit right there at the end.
I was about to say, I know you've had your racing career. Have you ever a relationship like these two have?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. More on that later.
Oh lordy. Well, we're about to see these guys go back green here. That pace truck pulling off once again, and Nick Trader looking to get another one of the famous restarts here. And it's going to happen clear up to the top here. And that 64, he's looking to follow him, and deep. The 9 makes contact, and the 64 goes around.
64 is around. He is stopped on the track. That'll bring out caution. 21 of Litzenberger, daggone, he's in it. He had such a strong run going tonight as well. Let's see back here and watch the replay.
Wow. Oh, lordy, that is... I don't know if that's everybody going for what they... going for every inch on the racetrack. The 64 and the 9 just... That looks more of a racing incident, but you never know at this point.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can get a better look at it here. 9 dives down. Ooh, that's... looks like a racing incident to me, man. It's one of those unfortunate things under caution. You know, 9 drove down to the bottom. 64 thought he had a little bit more room, it looked like, and came together. Hate to see it for these guys. 64 has been strong all night long. He's puffing big smoke out of the engine. The problem with letting the smoke out of the engine, you have to get it all back in there to keep the speed, and it's about impossible to keep all the smoke.
I was about to say, you're going to need a parachute behind him to capture all that, but right now, these guys, it's definitely heartbreaking. 64's had 2 great runs leading up to this race, but right now, these guys are going to get reset and reloaded, and are we bubbling over yet?
I would say we're bubbling. We're bubbling. We're definitely bubbling. And
Well, right.
on this restart, you're going to see the 99 on the top side in P2. That's Cole Snyder. And in P4, you're going to see the 83 of James Shanewolf. So they will restart nose to tail once again.
Oh, reuniting. You got to love it when friends reunite, don't you?
You know, especially, this 4th of July weekend. It's all about friends getting together, having fun. Good news is, I think it's almost time for the fireworks show.
I was about to say, do you want to elaborate what get together means?
I think it's about time for fireworks. I would not be surprised if we see them here shortly.
You gotta love it. Well, right now, I think that 83 is excited to get doubled up. He's already moved to the outside line.
The only one that's not super excited about this is our leader, Nick Trader. He is not super excited about this because he knows he's got long run speed. He's teammates with Shane Wolf, who we just talked to a little bit ago. Shane Wolf said he's good on short run speed. Right now, we're looking at 14 laps to go. That could be troublesome for the 56.
Oh, it definitely could. And also, what could be also more troublesome for him is those instants seem to be getting closer and closer to the lead. It just happened behind them that last time by.
Yeah, that was 1 row behind the leader. So, this is going to be exciting. About 12 laps to go once we take the green flag here. This is could be a lot of action.
We might need to get a heart rate monitor on him just to see how this happens.
Yeah, that would be great if we could get heart rate monitors on some of these drivers right now. I'd like to check in on Robertson. He is probably none too pleased right this second.
He's probably steaming as much as the pot of water we have boiling right now.
Correct. Water is boiling. Time to drop in your ramen noodles. By the way, ramen noodles, what's your favorite flavor?
It's got to be beef, man.
Beef.
Got to be beef.
There you go. Look at that. We agree once again.
Well, right now, what I haven't gotten set up is our driver of the night poll. I'm actually going to drop it in chat right now.
Ooh, that's good. I like doing the driver of the night. Those are fun.
Okay, so I think Robertson should definitely be on there.
He should be on the list.
Definitely. I think looking over the list of guys out here in chat, I think Meredith.
Ooh, Meredith. Yeah.
We haven't been able to talk to him much. Bane, he's been a fan favorite as
yes.
in the chat. Arnold maybe. We've seen him go up into the field. Give me one last one.
Cole Snyder in the 99.
Snyder. Well, definitely we're going to be able to
currently
hopefully
running P2, but you never know.
Definitely. Well, that poll's out there in chat for our 16 viewers. Go ahead and drop your votes here tonight. But right now, these guys going to be driving back through the 56, able to get a big run. That 9 and 99, P2 and P3. But here comes that 83, and those best friends are side by side.
Yeah, 83's got a big run here to the bottom. Looks like he's going to clear Snyder going into 3 and 4. As long as he can hold the bottom here and get the power down and not get loose like we've seen him do before, he should be able to get the run down the straightaway. 99 hanging on strong to the top side. '83 is clear all around of the 99. 99's battling back to the inside though. He's not ready to give it up just yet.
Oh, certainly not. And he is really holding up to this point, as a lot of these guys are looking to do so. Right now, Bain and Robertson are tied down the driver of the night poll, so keep an eye on that as we keep rolling here. But that 83 and 99, we talked about it before. Just, why can't we be friends? Oh, the 83 gets loose a little.
And these guys are really going at it. 99's got him cleared. Then the 83, that is. 99's got him cleared. Coming off of turn 4. But this battle is not going anywhere with 9 laps to go.
Oh, certainly. The 17 of Meredith looking to try to stalk these guys heading into the corner, though. But with 9 laps to go, to talk about how farther this battle for third gets, it seems the farther this battle gets, the closer our leaders get. As right now, the 56 and 9, only 2 to 3 car lengths separating them. That 9 looks to be closing.
Yeah, the 9, Paul Irvin, he is on it right now, standing on that gas pedal, giving that truck everything it's got to try to close in on Nick Trader from leading more than his fair share of laps this evening.
Oh, definitely. And right now, last time by, those drivers pretty much running almost similar laps at this point at 9, really trying his hardest at this point. But coming to 7 laps to go, what's it going to take to try to get this 56 out of the lead? We're going to have to see what happens here as these laps wind down. These guys really giving it all they got at this point.
If he can get to him, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get rooted out of the way. But, you know, Paul's a good, clean driver here, so Trader's probably not too worried about that. But with 1 lap to go, if he gets to the back bumper, you might get a little help getting into the corner from the 9 truck.
Is that what we call it?
I call it a little help.
A little help, okay.
Yeah, you would never wreck anybody on purpose. You might just give them a little help into the corner.
Might just, you know, try to give them a little extra rotation.
Yeah, kind of like we saw with the 90, I believe it was the 99 and the 83 earlier. A little help.
You just love digging the hole for some of these guys, don't you?
I enjoy it. I love the action.
Well, right now that 56 is enjoying the action of being able to pull away. He is setting sail once again. And now that 99 looking to challenge the 9. Too many 9s right here. But those guys looking to try to go at it there for P number 2. Snyder really putting on a show here.
Yeah, Snyder's got a really good truck. He's had a really good run all night long. Getting up here towards the front. He's sitting on the podium spot right now. He's got a good gap back to his best buddy in the 83 of Shane Wolf. So he's got a really good run. His focus needs to be forward right now. He can't think about what's behind him with 4 laps to go. He needs to be focused forward and try to figure out how to get around Paul.
Well, right now that is certainly the idea with 4 laps to go, though. Nick Trader just trying. If you're the leader right now, Nick Trader hasn't had the best luck all season. Of course, he in the closing laps of Atlanta lost a few spots here. But what is the outlook for him to be able to hang on to the lead and set sail for 3 more laps?
The biggest thing is, like we talked about at the top of the broadcast, is rhythm. Just hit your marks. If I was his crew chief right now, or his spotter, I would be preaching hit your marks. Just keep doing the same thing you've been doing all night long. Stay calm, stay cool. You don't have to do anything extra. You got a nice gap. No pressure out back. Just hit your marks, bud.
I say making me feel calm in the booth up here.
Hey, like to bring it down a notch with 2 to go.
Well, right now with 2 to go, as we bring it down, and Nick Trader certainly hoping the heat doesn't heat up behind him, as pretty much he has set sail. Unless he makes a mistake, it doesn't look likely that anything's going to happen. 2 more corners to go until he hits the line, until we get no cautions, but he is catching lap traffic. That's 73 in front of him. Hopefully that does not cause an issue, but as he rounds it off at turn 4, that 56 will take the white flag for the first time in his career as the leader. Hopefully going for the first win of his career as well this time by. Off of turn 2.
Very courteous of the 73 to give plenty of room there to the leader as he comes by. Great racing by all these guys right here.
And off of 3 and 4, One Mind to Design, pretty much helping put together this series, and one of their drivers will get his first career NNR Truck Series win at ISM.
Shout out to Nick Trader. What an absolute clinic he's put on tonight. I talked about it a little bit earlier. He's definitely a school bus driver because he took everybody to school today. Great run by the 56.
Oh, definitely. And speaking of winning tonight, Payne has won our Driver of the Night poll. He will be getting the Driver of the Night interview,
awesome,
as voted by our fans out there in chat.
P6, bonus driver. So let's run down this this final running. So we got the 56 of Trader, your pick by the way, with the win.
Thank you.
We got the number 9 of Paul Irvin, my pick by the way, coming home P2. We got Snyder in the 99 coming home P3. The 83 of Shane Wolf P4. The number 33 of Shero in P5. The 16 of Bain, who we'll be talking to later, P6. McQuaid, who we didn't talk about all night, comes home with the seventh place run. Meredith in the 17 comes home in 8th. Jim Coey, speaking of guys we haven't talked about all night, comes home in 9th. T. Shero comes home in 10th.
Yeah, right there. So our top 10 definitely filled up with a lot of guys. We talked about the possibility of dark horses going out here and winning this race. Well, Nick Trader, not going to call him a dark horse, but we talked about how he's had his off and on moments throughout the season, but being able to win here today, an impressive burnout on the front stretch. He's got to spin it out off it too and give us some dogleg action.
He's giving the fans everything they came to see here tonight. He gave a great race, great run.
He's definitely living. He's living it up right now. But we talked about how we got to get some of these interviews out of the way. We talked to Shane Wolf before these final few cautions. How about we try to go find Mr. Snyder and see if we can't talk to him?
Let's do it.
Let's see. I gotta find him here. Got to go out and chat and see if I can find him. See if we can't pull him to us. Oh, there we go. In race room 2, I have him right. We're going to try to pull him to broadcaster here. Mr. Snyder, it is Expert and Blair up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend?
I do.
All right, man. Able to come away with the piece reposition. And I talked to Mr. Shane Wolf, so I'm going to allow Blair to talk to you. I don't want to set anything up, so go ahead, Blair.
Man, first of all, great run tonight. Absolute great run. You picked up 6 spots from qualifying. Tell us about your race.
It was a hard one out there.
What was it?
It was fun.
What was the biggest thing you were fighting in that truck?
Just the restarts on the cold tires. You couldn't really hammer down. Well, I couldn't hammer down as much as the winner did. He had his whole. You gotta inspect that truck. I don't know about that, but no, he was flying. The restarts were tough. Long runs were great. Just managing your tires. That's always a part of this game, and I think I did that well. And toward the end of the race, I know I got into the 83 there. I was a little quicker and felt we were just hard racing, but we're all good. I apologize to him. But, yeah, it was a fun race.
Well,
Definitely.
Congratulations, man. Any sponsors you'd like to give a shout-out to tonight?
No sponsors in particular, but my team, Cold Dog Racing, me and Q-Dog, that's our team that we made. Shout out to, J-Paw, Zachary Meredith, Jay Quims, all the boys out there, everyone in NNR, you guys are great. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you, and we're happy that you put on such great racing for us here tonight. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your podium.
Thank you guys.
All right, we're going to move him back to general since they're going to be doing that meeting now. Or I'm going to I'm going to give you double duty. You get to interview him and your pick tonight. So
2 in a row.
let's bring in good old Paul Irvin.
Paul, Blair and Expert up in the booth. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing awesome, man. I just sat here and watched a great race. Got to watch you run P2 for a lot of the night. Got to see a lot of strategy in this race, and then cautions kind of threw that out the window. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, relatively pretty good race. Like I said, ran top 5 pretty much all night, except for whenever I tried some strategy. I had to do something different than Nick to get some fresh tires and hope that it stayed green. And for the longest time, it looked like I had the right strategy. Was reeling them in, and then just bad luck with the caution coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, good night. And I just want to throw it out there. Apologize 100% to Muffin. Ran her hot there. That next to last restart and dumped him. Didn't mean to, and I can understand any sort of altercation he may want with me after the race.
Well, I'm glad you touched on that. I was going to ask about that, but glad you touched on that. Man, that restart, I was really pulling for you. You were my pick to win the race, as you may know. But I was really pulling for you when you restarted 13th on fresh tires and you drove all the way to the front. Was tires that big of a thing, or were you just getting really good at picking them off one by one? Tell us about that part.
Oh no, tires were huge. About 15, 20 laps, you could definitely feel a difference there. So it was, I was a little bit too aggressive though, getting through the field. The tires ended up evening out, but yeah, tires were a huge deal, which is why I thought that was the best time to try that strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Great race, man. Good to see it. That was a great paint scheme that you had on that number 9 Toyota tonight. That Napa paint scheme looked great. Any shout outs you'd like to give before you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out Dustin Carroll, the one who made the paint scheme for me. Want to shout out Nick for an amazing dominant race, and nobody could touch him basically all night. Want to shout out the you guys up in the booth for putting on a great show. Also to Cowboy and Coey putting on a great league, and Muffin for maybe not hurting me too much.
Great race. Go enjoy that P2 finish, Paul, and we look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thank you, appreciate it, guys.
Well, right now we're going to send Mr. Irvin back to General and see if I can't pull our winner in here, Mr. Nick Trader. Let's go ahead and get him into broadcaster. Nick, it is Expert and Blair up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend?
Yes, I do. What's up, guys?
All right, man. You went from having a pretty decent run at Atlanta to coming into Phoenix, and might I say, I've never seen One-Minded Design Motorsports so dominate a race. You and James both traded the lead. You're the only two people to lead laps tonight,
Really?
and you came out here and just dominated flat out. How are you able to keep that 56 so in tune and keep a rhythm with all the chaos going on?
I'm not sure. I ran quite a bit of practice over the week to kind of get accustomed to the track, and I was kind of struggling there at the beginning. But I was able to conserve tire like crazy. I know I was talking to Muffin and James, and it seemed like they were good on a 5-lap run. Then after that, I would just walk them. And even with Irvin, when he took those tires and had fresher tires than me before I pitted the last time, when I pitted, I still had better tires than him, even though he had a fresher set. So I was just able to conserve like crazy. I don't know how I was doing it, but I mean, I'll take it.
Definitely. Well, you were able to go out there and put on a show, my friend. Of course, this being your first career NNR win, we know that this is probably huge for you. Your brother was cheering you on out in chat all night long. So, with that being said, I kind of set you up for one of your shout outs that you got to give out for this. But any shout outs for you, my friend?
Definitely Drew for the team. James, Muffin, all them guys that we usually race around. Cowboy, Coey for the league. You guys for the awesome stream. All the veterans out there. Me being a veteran myself, it was awesome for that whole little thing we did at the beginning of it, and you guys showing all the pictures and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Well, definitely here on this July 4th weekend coming off of it. And we did it at the beginning, and we want to do it now. Thank you for your service, my friend, and go celebrate that first career win.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move him back to General. And Blair, I've gotten to do it. I'm going to give you a third person because I've gotten to do it week after week. You get to interview our driver of the night, Mr. Bain. Let's go ahead and get him in here.
Ooh, bonus interview.
Here we go.
Bain, you got a copy? Mr. Bain, are you there, sir?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, it's Blair and Expert in the booth. So every week on Expert's stream here on Twitch, we vote for Driver of the Night as voted for the fans. And I guess you can assume, since you're here, that you won Driver of the Night as voted by the fans. So congratulations on that.
That's cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Tell us about your race.
Just taking it easy. Didn't really have things figured out that first run, but felt like once we kind of got around to pit stops in, I was in a lot better rhythm, changed my brake bias, and was actually pretty quick there. Just the caution after caution after caution thing wasn't the greatest thing in the world for kind of what I was trying to do. And then I just had to dodge that wreck at the end. I mean, that was crazy. That's probably one of the better misses I've had in my iRacing career. Not really sure how I slid by that, but yeah, I was all right. Finished 6th. I'm just glad. Had a clean race put together finally.
Yeah, it was a great run. We were really watching when you threw that pit strategy in there, when you and Paul came down, and most of the other guys stayed out, and you guys restarted 13th and 14th and started picking them off on your way up through the field. Just an absolutely amazing run. Any shout-outs you'd like to give tonight?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys and all the Eagles guys. I know this was a pretty tough track, but it's a lot of fun going back and watching the stream. And I felt like everyone I raced really clean and well. So it's just a tough track, but appreciate you all and the broadcast you do, Coey, Cowboy, everyone who puts this together. It's pretty cool. Carol, good to see Nick win. So it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Great race. We all enjoyed it, and the fans voted you driver of the night for the bonus interview. So overall, great night. We really loved it, and thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Appreciate the fans too. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Well, once again, another great night. We're going to move Mr. Bain back up to general, but once again, another great night. Blair, any final thoughts on tonight's action that we saw?
Man, these guys, week in and week out, this is our third week. Week in and week out, these guys put on some of the best racing on iRacing that you can see. Makes our jobs really easy. So shout out to these drivers. Shout out to Jim Coey, the league owner. Shout out to Cowboy, the head admin of this deal. I mean, these guys and these drivers do just such an incredible job. Shout out to you and everybody in Twitch. For following along and paying attention and giving us views and all those things. The fans that really make this thing awesome. You heard Bain talk about it, how much he loved that. I mean, that's what it's all about, guys. Just having fun and bringing smiles to people's faces. So just honored to be here and really looking forward to next week.
Definitely. And next week, speaking of which, we get to continue our West Coast swing. We head to Las Vegas for our second night race of the year. So those guys are going to go gambling out at Vegas and see who comes away with the right hand. So right now, definitely it's going to be a lot of fun for these upcoming weeks with Vegas and Auto Club being next up on the schedule. For everyone out there in chat, if you want to keep up with NNR in all the league racing stuff that they have with them, be sure to go check out their website, nnrleague.com. You can go check out everything from the console side to the iRacing side. And also go check out the Zazzle tab where you can get all the great NNR merch. Speaking of merch, be sure to go check out over here. Go check out the Expert Racing merch tab. You can go see it. Streamlabs.com/XR Network/merch. Go and support the channel by buying your favorite Expert Racing merch there. More items should be coming shortly. Speaking of Mr. Patterson up here in the booth, go check him out in his Facebook as well to check more of his streams. Trust me, he's much more than a entertaining commentator. He makes me look good up here, which is shows how much talent he has enough. But also he is a great driver. Also has a lot of fun streams as well. So go check him out. Also I'm just laying it out with the shout outs here tonight. Go check out our friend Repeat, who has been steady out here in chat throughout the night. Right there, go check out our friends at Drop for Diabetes Awareness. And I think I've given enough shout-outs tonight. But overall, thank you to everybody that tuned in. Be sure, if you haven't already, follow, share, whatever. And once again, thank you for tonight as well. For everyone at One Mind to Design, NNR iRacing, for Blair Patterson, NNR Coey, Jim Coey, a.k.a. Drew Trader, Nick Trader, everybody. I can't name anybody enough. NNR Cowboy. For everybody that had anything to do with tonight, we want to thank you, and we want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Peace. Thank you for coming in.